Good coffee. Hello, tubers. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. And thank you for watching Cooper's Thai Adventure with Mr. Brooke Schneider yet again. And today's show is going to be all about the differences between Philippines and Thailand. Now, when Brooke and I both decided to retire, him from Canada and me from the US, Philippines was our first choice. So why did we choose the Philippines? Well, we chose the Philippines simply because it's affordable, number one, and number two, because the English language is a big turn on, and that most of the people in the Philippines would speak English. Now, here's the demographics of the difference between men and women in the Philippines. 80% of Filipino women speak English.
Yeah.
20% of Filipino men speak English. And that's proven fact. You know, it's by their national statistics database. So anybody can research that and see it for themselves. So we're going to tell you what happened when we were in the Philippines, and then why we chose to leave the Philippines and we chose Thailand in today's show. So if you guys would like to join in on the comment section, and you're putting your comments in, but they're not popping up, it's because you're not a subscriber. We've made it as easy as possible to join the comments. All you have to do is click on the subscribe button, absolutely free. It doesn't cost you a penny, folks. And 60 seconds after you subscribe, you can put your comments in. That's the shortest time frame we can actually make it that you to be able to join us, and we wanted to make it easy for everybody. So let's start it off then, Mr. Schneider. When you arrived in the Philippines, what was your first impression?
Well, before that, I want to just say why I was interested in the Philippines.
Okay, sure.
And the reason was I was looking for a partner. You know, I had found over the years 2 marriages in the West. You know, the one lasted 7 years, the other one 28 years. Mm-hmm. And for different reasons, you know, I was a bad guy in the first one, didn't know any better. And then the second one, it was just out of the blue. She said she didn't want to be married anymore. Right. And I thought, wow, that's odd. But I tried dating in the West after that. Second mm-hmm. marriage, you know, didn't work out. And I just couldn't kind of get a handle on anything that I thought was going to be long term. Right. You know, maybe it's the values or just there was differences anyways. Mm-hmm. And a buddy of mine had said, well, look, you got to go to Asia, you know, and he did say about Thailand, but he also said about the Philippines. And the reason I liked the Philippines was obviously the language thing. It wasn't really a money factor. I was, you know, getting by in the West, not a big issue, but it was more, I was more interested in locating a good partner for long term. Uh-huh. You know what I mean? I think young, you know, and I think I have quite a few years left. So, hey, you know, why not spend it with somebody that's, you know, to share it with. And so that was my main reason for going to the Philippines. Now, getting to your question, my first impressions, it was nighttime. I was picked up at the airport, you know, by friends and, you know, was driving. And it's all new. You know what I mean? That you get out of the airport, even I don't know, 8 o'clock at night, it was hot, it was humid, man.
Yeah.
And luckily the car had aircon, but we're driving, and so traffic was the first thing. Even at that time of night, there was lots of traffic.
Yeah.
Second thing I realized, geez, there's not a lot of stop lights or yield signs, stop signs. I mean, it's kind of this work your way into the traffic, so to speak.
Free for all.
Free for all.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that was weird. But one of the biggest lasting impressions was, as we're driving, I see a lot of trash everywhere. And to me, it kind of indicated their concept of protecting the environment is different. Must be cultural differences than, say, the West.
Right.
You wouldn't see that in the West anywhere you drive, at least, in Canada, and obviously in Florida when I, wintered there. But that was kind of shocking, because it just was everywhere.
Right.
And, so that was kind of different.
So now, was that your first time in the Philippines?
First time.
Never been before?
Never been before. I, like most of the subscribers, I had done hours and hours of research, like literally thousands of videos, daily basis for probably a year and a half, 2 years. And so that was the first impressions, let's say. Yeah.
Your first impression.
Yep.
Now, me, on the other hand, I've been to the Philippines several times on vacation. For a week or two here.
Yeah, but what about your first time?
My very first vacation was to a island called Cebu.
Okay.
And I went there with a bunch of my army buddies when I was in Iraq, our first R&R that we had, which was after our 9-month tour, because we couldn't leave a war zone. Yeah. So in between, the end of our 9-month tour and our next assignment, they gave you a 3-week break. So what we did is a bunch of us, 9 of us actually, went to the Philippines, and we were all scuba divers.
Oh.
So we went down to a place in southern Cebu called Oslob. And there they have the whale sharks. Now, they're part of the shark species, but they don't attack humans. No. Their main thing that they eat is plankton.
And they're huge.
They are absolutely massive. They're as big as, this building, as in length. This building's 8 stories, so they're easily 8 stories tall, from tail to mouth. And absolutely fantastic time. I loved it. I didn't think anything bad of it initially, because you're on vacation.
Yeah.
So in vacation mode, you're completely different than living mode.
Yeah.
That's when you experience, because when you're in vacation mode, you're eating at the hotels, you're eating at resorts, you're doing all this sort of thing. You're not going to the local market or anything like that. So I'd actually enjoyed my very first trip to the Philippines. I didn't not like it at all. It was great. Had a great time. We went scuba diving I think we were there for 10 days. Because we had to get back to the States for our what they call Official Secrets Act. That you have to go through a debriefing, and then they tell you everything that you saw in Iraq never happened. Yeah, and you can't talk about it to anybody. Sign against the dotted line. If you talk about it to anybody, then you could be prosecuted for treason and spend a lot of time in Fort Leavenworth, which is an American prison in the United States, for people that were in the military. It's a military prison, Fort Leavenworth. So we had to go through all the debriefing process and all that. Well, we did initially leave Iraq and went to Germany and had a debriefing there before they released us for 3 weeks. And then we'd have another debriefing when we got back to the States as well. Military likes to do everything twice, So that was my first impression. I didn't think it was bad. Now, I've been to the Philippines several times on vacation. And then after I had my accident in Kuwait, and the doctor said, "You'll never work again." All right. As a defense, I was a defense contractor at the time for the U.S. Army. Said, "You'll never work again." Well, it was during the height of COVID, and we really didn't have much of an option. I couldn't take Darlene to the States. I couldn't take her to England. I'm a dual citizen, folks, for those that don't know. And I couldn't get into the Philippines. So the only option for us was to come to Thailand during the Sandbox scheme and spend 1 week here, which we thought was going to be like 3 months, because I was in the process of applying for my retirement visa
in the Philippines.
Yeah. And they said to me, it's a long process because of COVID. A lot of government offices are closed down, tape. All this. So we came to Thailand thinking, that we'll be here for a long time. Now, Darlene didn't want to come to Thailand.
Right.
She said, I don't want to go to Thailand. I don't like Thailand. I said, have you ever been to Thailand? She says, no.
But I know I'm not going to like it.
But I know I'm not going to like it. Typical woman answer from a wife, I'm not speaking to all women out there, but this is just the way Darlene thinks, her mentality. So we went there to Thailand thinking we were going to be here for several months. So we're going to rent a pool villa. Well, during the height of COVID, everything was super cheap. It was like 70% off. So we were going to get this beautiful 2-bedroom pool villa in Phuket. And I think the price was like $300 a month.
Oh,
it just super, super cheap. And I'd even paid for the deposit. Then we get a phone call from the agent in the Philippines saying your emergency document to come into the Philippines to complete your retirement visa is now ready at the Philippine Embassy in Bangkok. Yeah, you have to pick it up within 72 hours and get here.
Oh, geez, that's quick.
Damn, I just paid a deposit thinking it was going to be several months, So, of course, we had to cancel that. We got most of our deposit back. I gave the agent a couple $1,000 baht, for apologies.
Sure, help out.
And then we went to Bangkok, went to the Philippine Embassy. I left them my passport. The next day, they put the stamp in there so I could go to the Philippines. So that's how mine came about. And then you and I had actually met through another YouTuber.
Yes. Yes.
And he was in the Philippines, and he was saying what a fantastic place it is and all this. And we believed everything this guy told us. And you and I had met in the comment section. And I remember speaking to this YouTuber and saying, hey, this Brooke guy seems all right. Send him my contact details. And we sort of spoke before either one of us got there. So I get there. I moved to a gated community called Florida Sun. I thought, okay, this isn't bad. It's got a communal swimming pool, and, nice house, So then we bought the house and we did the renovations that we wanted to do to the house. And then you moved in. Yes. We found you a place in the same gated community, a little 2-bedroom bungalow.
Yeah.
And we became instant friends, and been friends ever since. So that's how Brooke and I actually met. And everything sort of changed after that. I was no longer in holiday mode. I was actually in living mode in the Philippines. And
as was I.
And then that's when you realize how well things work in the Philippines. It took me about 3 months just to get my internet line connected. And everybody knows you use the internet for everything now. Hardly anybody has a house phone.
Yeah.
Everybody's using their cell phones for everything. You got WhatsApp, you got Skype, you got so many different programs out there that you can speak to people and FaceTime and all that on iPhone. And it was hard for 3 months without internet because the cell phone coverage in the area we were in was abysmal.
Yeah.
I'd have to go outside the house and stand in one particular spot to get a signal. If I moved 1 foot away from that spot, I lost the signal. So that was a big, huge wake-up call for me when we went to the Philippines. And you, on the other hand, how long did it take you to get your internet connected? In your bungalow that you were in?
It took a while. You were actually there, and you had done a video on this house renovation you were doing. I remember that, and that really intrigued me, eh?
Yeah.
And that gated community, I thought from the outside looking in, that'd be a perfect spot to go.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you even kind of lined up that house I rented or something,
Yeah, I did. I lined it up for you.
But the thing that's different there So you rent the house. Well, the house is bare. I mean, it's got no air con, it's got no sofas, and
No,
so
nothing.
I had to actually not only had the rental, but I had to purchase air cons and sofas, and I think the fridge was there. Thank God. I don't know, maybe it wasn't, but yeah. So that's different here in the in Thailand. You rent these units and it's all furnished, which is nice. So that's a huge difference. But at that time, I mean, hey, I wasn't even thinking of Thailand. I'm thinking, okay, this is a retirement home. It's Philippines. I'm in a nice community. I got a girlfriend now. Yeah, this is long term. You know what I mean? But getting internet, oh Jesus, I had spotty internet.
Yeah.
It was like hit or miss, and God, it was just, I hated that. And I would stop into the forget the name of the company that was providing PLD Globe. Okay.
Globe.
Yeah. I got to be first name basis with the manager at the Globe.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you were there, you'd know. And hey, when are we getting it in? And she says, well, the wires, they're all coiled up sitting at the edge of the property. They just got to be run in, to get you the high-speed internet. Yeah, well, that's where it still sat 2 years later. You know what I mean? It was ridiculous. So, but yeah, the internet was spotty. You'd get brownouts. I remember that.
Electricity going out constantly. Yeah.
And thank God the aircon worked. But, if you had a brownout and the aircon wasn't working, look out, it heated up pretty damn quick. And community pool in this complex. Yeah, that's okay. Jesus, it was nice when we got there.
Yeah.
About a month later, Jesus, pool's looking a little green. Like, are they not maintaining it?
Yeah.
And it got so bad you wouldn't want to go in it.
Well, one thing we learned is they didn't turn on the pumps, Brooke.
Yeah.
We kept asking the manager, turn on the pumps. Oh, no, we don't do that. Well, what's the pump room for? And then it got
you had to book that pool.
Yeah, I got told off.
Like 1 hour. You like here, you go and hop in the pool, no problem. Any time of the day there, you didn't have a booking, get out.
Yeah, so there I was in with Darlene and the kids. We decided it was a beautiful day. Let's go to the pool. All right, so the gated community's got a pool. We go in the pool. Didn't think anything of it. 10 minutes after we're in the pool, security comes up. Do you have a booking? Booking for what?
Yeah, you need a booking?
He says, for swimming in the pool. I said, we live here. We bought the house right over there.
And by the way, there's nobody in the pool.
Yeah. No, you have to make a booking.
Yeah.
Who do I make a booking with? You got to go to the office and make a booking with the management. Okay. So we get out the pool. I go over to see the manager, and she says, yes, you can book the pool, but only for 1 hour.
Yeah.
Once a week. Once a freaking week. 1 hour. So what we do is I would book it for 1 hour one day. Then you would book it for 1 hour the next day. And then we had a couple other people that moved into the gated community, 2 other Americans. And one of them would book it the following day, and we'd all use it together.
Yeah.
We'd share the time. So we'd actually get 4 days in the pool. But oh my God, it was a freaking nightmare.
Yeah, just a lot of things didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Just very strange, But
yeah. So if you've ever been in the Philippines, let us know your experiences on what you thought of it and how it went for you. Because what we're finding now is a lot of our subscribers are in the Philippines, and they've married a Filipino, or they got a Filipino girlfriend, and they want to come here to Thailand. And because frankly, they just found out the Philippines was not for them.
Yeah.
So we'd like to hear your stories as well and share them on the show.
Mikey Baker says, good morning, gang from Coopersville, jumped in.
And good morning, Mikey. Thank you for coming on and joining us.
Mary Ziggy, good morning, 1 a.m. in the UK. Wow.
Okay, thank you for coming on and joining us on a, I guess it's Tuesday night in England?
I have no
early
idea.
Wednesday morning,
it's Wednesday morning in Thailand.
Yeah.
Greg Smits, good morning, all.
Good morning, Greg. Thank you for coming in and joining us.
Scotty Richmond, hello, Cooper, Darlene, and Brooke. Great morning to you.
And you too, Scott.
Matt Smith, because the electricity works?
Yeah, it does. It works here in Thailand. Have we had any brownouts? Yes.
Boy, I don't remember. Maybe 10 minutes.
But that's it. It's only when they're servicing the generators. and it's literally for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know, once every 6 to 8 weeks, the electricity go out, but they do it early morning. So they're doing it like 6 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, like that time. And it's out for 15.
I think in
10,
14
15
months
minutes.
here, Coop, maybe 10 minutes total in 14 months.
Yeah.
In the Philippines, you'd get that regularly, Like, I'm not saying every day, but yeah.
I can remember one time our electricity went out for over 6 hours. And then one time our water went out.
That too.
Do you remember that, Brooke?
Yep.
And we didn't have water for like a week. No water whatsoever for a week. We had to go to the grocery store and buy the big, huge jugs of water. And they ran out very, very fast. I think in 2 days, the grocery store was out of water, and we'd had to drive 30 miles to find one that they'd actually have the jugs of water. And I remember you said to me, like on the 4th day, you were like, I've still got water, but it's a trickle.
Yeah. Yep. Gary Hart. Good morning, Coop, Darlene, and Brooke. Hope everyone is doing well.
And we are, Gary. Thank you for coming on and joining us.
I met Jerry at Cheap Charlie's the other morning.
Yeah.
Go for Pyromac. Good morning, guys. Great to join you live from Perth, Australia.
And thank you for coming on from Perth to come and join us.
That's way out in the west there, I think. Bravo 29. Good morning. Good evening to all.
And good morning, Cecil, to you. I got a message from the company that I use that makes our T-shirts. Your shirts will be ready for collection on Saturday. So expect an email from me over the weekend.
New Wave. Good morning, Darlene, Coop, and Brooke.
And good morning, New Wave. Thank you for coming on and joining us.
Derek McClintock. Finally got you guys live again. Hello from Scottsdale, Arizona. Appreciate all you do for us, all the people in the Facebook group.
And thank you, Derek. I really,
nice
really
area.
appreciate it. My mom's just up the road from you. She is in a little place outside Phoenix called Goodyear.
Okay.
So that's where she's from.
Roger Walker. Good morning, Darlene, Cooper, and Brooke. Everyone, thumbs up.
Yes,
thumbs
please,
up. Make
Roger.
Darlene smile. Rob Mar 40. Good morning, gents, from Bangkok.
Oh, Rob's in Bangkok now.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Jack Bree. G'day, Cooper, Brooke, and Roger.
And thank you, Jack.
Jack Bree again. G'day, Darlene. Keep these two in line. She cracks the whip.
She is, and she's in the other room moderating while we speak.
Rodney. Hey, Coop, Brooke, and Darlene. Love being here with you guys.
And love being here with you too, Rodney. And yeah, moving on along.
Mike Baker. Good morning, gang. Oh, yeah, we already had that one.
Yeah.
Mikey the Man.
Mikey the Man.
Roger Walker. Hello, Jack Bree. Now they're doing there. Roy Goad. I remember being on holiday in a resort in Italy, and 2 hours every day the swimming pool was closed for lunch, 12 to 2 p.m. No joke.
And that's when you want to be in the pool the most.
Got to eat too, okay?
Wow.
Black Ops. Morning, Cooper, Brooke, and Darlene. Big Al.
Good morning, Big Al. Thank you for coming on and joining us.
White Van Man. You'll be happy to know it's cold and rainy as usual in the UK.
Hey, it's keeping it cool.
Yeah.
It's keeping it cool so the temperatures are down.
It's nice here.
It's nice here when it's raining.
Mike Baker. Sorry, reposted that one. Please hit the thumbs up, gang.
Okay, Mike.
All right, Mikester.
Cerebral Aptitude sends a $5 super thanks and says, hello, you two troublemakers. Putting 28,000 into the house, 2 weeks, putting it on the market. Get your restraining orders ready. We'll see you two one day. Okay, no problem, Cerebral Aptitude. Great to have you out here with us. And thank you for the super thanks. Really, really appreciate it. Oh, wow. He's just sent another one. Cerebral Aptitude sent another $5 super thanks and says, I wish the two of you would stop smiling too much. It puts a constant smile on my face. 5 months and counting. Wow, 5 months. How long you're going to be here?
5 months.
Can't wait, brother.
Cerebral Aptitude, 75 watching, 12 likes. Really, guys? Come on.
Hit the like button. It doesn't cost you anything. And White Van Man says direct flight from Gatwick, UK to Bangkok starts in October. Can't wait. Well done, British Airways. Yeah, fantastic for British Airways.
Even Canada started some direct flights again, another airline. So that's good news.
Yeah, and I'm going to break with today's topic just for a second here, folks, because there was a tidbit on the news just yesterday that the Thai Prime Minister is going to be flying to France this week.
Okay.
With the hope of completing a free trade agreement between
France,
the EU,
and Thailand. Oh,
the
EU. Wow.
and Thailand, and also England and Thailand. And he's going over there with the hope that they can do a reciprocal agreement for Europeans that they will be able to come to Thailand 3 months visa free.
90 days visa.
90 days.
Current 30.
And they want to include England in that as well.
Wow.
So that is part of the discussion this week in France. Let's hope everything goes okay.
Yeah.
So that could be something very close happening in the near future. And another thing that I realized in the Philippines, whenever there's a holiday, like a national holiday in the Philippines, forget getting money out of the ATM. We went to go visit Darlene's parents, and I needed to take some money out of the ATM for gas money, spending money and stuff like that. Because they lived in a very rural community. Near the ocean. Wasn't a beach there. I think the beach was maybe 3 foot long. It was outside this little tiny hotel. It had this little bit of sand there, and that was it. Could we find an ATM with money? Every single one was run out. When the Filipinos have a payday, you'll see the long lines of like 20, 30 people waiting to take money out the ATM. And then what you get also is you get these money collectors.
Yeah.
Okay. And what they do is they lend money.
Loan sharks,
as we like to call them. And they'll stand there and they'll be at the ATM and they've got like 20, 30 ATM cards, stack of cards, and they're feeding it and taking maximum amount out.
And you're waiting and waiting and waiting.
And then you get there and there's no money in the machine.
No money left.
So we had to go, I want to say it was close to 40 miles away to find an ATM that actually had money in it. Unbelievable.
You have to do a lot of pre-planning.
Yes.
In the Philippines, thinking outside the box, thinking ahead.
Yeah.
And
And I can remember when I got my retirement visa and I went to the bank to open a bank account. Now, I went to the local BDO, which was in Tracy Mar Terrace, place called SM Mall. And there were rows and rows and rows and rows of chairs outside the bank. And I thought, what's all these chairs for? It looked like a movie theater. Well, that's the queue to get into the bank. You go sit in the very back row, and then as the people go in, you move rows up.
Okay.
It took us 3 hours to get into the bank, Brooke.
Yeah.
3 hours. Now, I realized within 30 minutes inside the bank why it took 3 hours to get in. Because it took 4 hours for them to set up my bank account. They've all got computers on the desk, but everything is paper trail.
Oh.
Nothing is done by the computer.
Yeah, no, I've seen that.
It was all paper trail.
Yeah.
Fill in this form. Wait an hour. Then they'd come back after they had approval from 3 different sections. Right, now we need you to make copies of these things, like your ID, your passport, your visa, all this great stuff. Yeah. And then you'd sit back and wait for them to get approval on the copies that they made. And it was a nightmare. I'd wasted the whole day from 9 in the morning when the bank opened. We didn't get out of there till 4:30, Brooke.
No.
7.5 hours is how long it took to go into the bank and just open a bank account. Then they told me I had to wait 3 months for an ATM card. 3 months. What the heck? I couldn't believe it. I was blown away. They said, well, we can give you an ATM card today, but it won't have your name on it. I thought, well, what's good is that? Anybody that gets it can use it,
Well,
because
they
there'd
need
be
the
no
PIN
signature
probably.
verification or anything
No.
on the card. I said, well, no, I don't want that. I want my name on it, of course, with my signature on the back. And she said, okay, you got to wait 3 months for that. It takes 3 months for us to put a name on a card. So
I mean,
another
in my
experience.
case, I brought a lot of US with me.
I think you used Wise the whole time you
Well,
were
I was
there.
just going to add that Wise worked fine, worked perfect for me there.
Mhm.
It basically worked at any of the ATMs. You know, I think the fee was like $4 or $5, but you could take out, you know, $1,000 roughly, say,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
maybe not quite that much, but anyways, enough that, hey, that would last you for a couple weeks, maybe a month. But yeah, Wise was good. I knew about the trouble getting a bank account and and I just said, I can't be bothered with that garbage. You know what I mean? And I kept my US as backup. So
Right.
I was always going to have money because the money changes are everywhere. But yeah, a lot of red tape, a lot of inefficiency dealing with the bureaucrats there. I would go to renew my 30-day visa, which was a simple process and wasn't that expensive, but God, what a wait. You know, you
I
get
know.
there,
Yeah.
there was like 25 people waiting to do the same damn thing. And they wouldn't give you a 2 or 6 month the first time.
No.
You'd have to do it at least twice, and then they would consider giving you the 2 to 6 months.
It's a big money grabber.
Oh, it is just a money grab is all
Yeah.
it is. And very inefficient compared to Western standards. So, you know, you got to be prepared for that.
Now, every time you went to immigration for your visa, you had to pay.
Oh, yeah.
Every single time.
Yeah.
Now you're here on retirement visa and you have to report once every 3 months, not every month like in the Philippines.
Nice.
And how much do you pay every time you do your 90-day report?
Nothing. No, I do it myself.
Big
it's
difference.
so easy to walk in and do it. Yeah.
Right.
Here's your number. Come back in an hour. Come back in an hour. Everything's good, and away you go.
Yeah.
So once every 3 months, that's nice. And as our buddy Bobby said one time, yeah, Philippines, nothing works.
Yeah, nothing works in the Philippines.
He was there 5 years, the poor guy, finally realized.
Yeah, and he lived in a place called Dumaguete.
Yeah.
And he said all the foreigners call it Dramageddon.
Dramageddon.
Because
Yeah.
there's so much drama going on there. So what was the one big pet peeve for you about the Philippines?
Well, there was more than one, but the traffic, I mean, it's funny on that drive from the airport the very first time, I'm looking around, you know, after an hour on the road and I'm saying, I ain't ever driving in this country. Ain't no damn way. It's nuts, right? But after about 3 months there, you get a little adventuresome. Think, maybe I can try this on a scooter. You know, so I did a little bit of local stuff first. And then basically I just got in the queue and waited for the first guy to make the push out. And then you're right behind on his tail. But
right.
The traffic, that was a big pet peeve because it's just no rhyme or reason.
No.
You know, like you say, the banking issues. Why is that? Why can you not have efficient banking? I mean, when you're in the West or in the States, it works. You know what I mean? It's simple. You can do it online. Forget that in the Philippines, you know. The idiotic rules at Florida Sun, like to book the pool. There's nobody in the pool.
Right.
And you're allowed 1 hour. Well, is there somebody behind me coming in? And well, no, but you're only allowed an hour.
Right.
You know, but the worst was, and this set me off, I invited the family over to the condo for a swim in the pool. You know, that's
Jackie's family.
And I went and I booked it, you know, 4 o'clock, 4 to 5, you know, on a Sunday, right? Nice afternoon. Everybody's off work. They come over, they're having a blast because, you know, they don't have pools where they're from. Right. So this is a treat for them. It's deep and they've got, it's just great, right? We're all having a great time. 10 to 5, the guard comes out. Yeah, you have to exit the pool at 5. Exit, why? You know, I was told there's nobody booked after us. Well, that's because there's no bookings after 5. You have to exit the pool. And I think, what a stupid idea.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day. It's Sunday. There's nobody. Yeah. Anyways.
It felt almost like being in a communist community.
Well,
you know, it's like
idiotic.
So
rules.
many different stupid rules. You know, that I just couldn't believe it. You know, but this is the way the Filipinos live. They're used to this.
Nice people.
They're great people. I love the Filipino people. I just don't like the red tape in the country.
Yeah.
The red tape killed it for me. If I wanted to go out and do something in the Philippines, don't plan to do more than one thing in one day. You're not going to get it done.
True. That's true.
You're just not going to get it done, folks. I'm sorry. We went to a place called All Home. Okay. It's a furniture store and a grocery store right next to it called All Day. And we go in there to buy something. It take us 30 minutes looking around for what we wanted to buy. But to pay for it, it took 2 hours. How many people were in front of us in the queue? 0. Paperwork. Paperwork on paperwork on paperwork. Wait, we got to get the supervisor to sign off on this item that you bought. Now we got to go to the manager and get their signature.
Confirm it's in stock.
It was like, and God forbid if there was 2 or 3 people in front of you at the cash register.
Yeah,
your whole day shot.
Yeah,
your whole day shot just waiting to pay for the item that you went to buy.
Yep.
So, not very good experience for us in the Philippines.
Here's Alpha Romeo. Good evening, everyone. Good evening.
Good morning.
Romeo. Randy K8UM. Hello from Canton, Ohio, home of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Correct, Mundo.
And welcome, Randy, to the live stream.
Jack Bree, how much are the vapes at the market, Scoop?
They're not that expensive. For the cartridges, I pay 100 baht each, 110 baht. I think
$3 in roughly.
$3 for the cartridge, and the charger.
I think there were 700 or something, or 800, and you got a cartridge with it.
It was like $20.
Yeah.
But the charger will last you forever.
Yeah.
I've had this charger for a year now, and it still works absolutely fine. And the refills are like $3, and that lasts me a month. One refill.
Yeah.
So extremely cheap over here.
Interesting, and they're illegal here to sell.
Yeah. Everybody selling them though.
Reno Bubs, hello from Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
And thank you for coming in from Florida. Much appreciated, buddy.
Dub Will, you guys are entertaining and informative. Well, I sure hope so.
Yeah, that's the whole purpose of the channel. Thank you very much.
Stephen Whitley, good evening, gentlemen. Good morning, gentlemen.
And good evening, Stephen. And if you guys are new to the channel, one thing that we do on this channel, we don't sugarcoat anything. We're going to tell you straight, whether it's good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. We're going to tell you. I don't believe in sugarcoating anything. And, if that's what you want from a YouTube channel, that they're going to tell you straight and not sugarcoat anything and make anything better than it actually is, then you're on the right channel. And if you only subscribe to one channel this year, please make it Cooper's Thai Adventure. You won't regret it, I promise.
And you'll get your Bitcoin news here. Frank T, what about 3 months visa free for USA? That'd be an idea.
That would be. I don't know if... here's the thing, Frank. Thailand is looking for reciprocal deals. Okay? They're saying to countries of the world, we'll give any country 90 days visa free to come into our country if you allow our citizens to come into your country on the same agreement. Okay, they want to make the passport stronger in Thailand, that the Thai people can go to more places on vacation and visit the world, and it's not so hard for them to get a visa. It's hard for Asian countries to get visas to leave Asia. For my wife from the Philippines, struggle to get visas. What's great for her is the Philippines and Thailand are both part of a group like the EU called MyAsia. And it's several countries in Asia where they can go without a visa, and go to visit. And it's a reciprocal trade agreement and travel agreement between the countries. So for her to come to Thailand, very easy.
I know one thing for Canada, it's way easier for my Filipino wife, Jackie, to go to Canada than it would be for a Thai wife to go to Canada.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, no, that's true.
Okay.
You simply call up the embassy and you'll get it for the Filipino. With the Thai, I don't even know the process, but I know people with Thai girlfriends and wives have tried that. And they said, Brooke, it's damn near impossible. You got to jump through hoops and, paperwork and that. Jesus.
Yeah.
It's not too hard for the Filipinas. But then there's a big Filipino community in Canada. And I think that has...
I think a lot of countries have got big Filipino communities because what does every country need? Nurses and doctors.
Mm-hmm.
And there's loads and loads of Philippine nurses that work all over the world.
Yeah.
And they can get visas real easy if they're a nurse. They can go to Australia, England, Europe, America, Canada. So,
well, there's big shortage in Canada.
Yeah.
Tony Montana. Good morning, Cooper, Brooke, and Darlene. Nice to see you all. I got to do that shop and all good. Looking forward to the meetup this Friday.
I'm glad to hear it there, Tony.
Alfa Romeo. Canada has direct flights from Vancouver to Bangkok. Did this route a few times. Yeah, Alpha, he gets traveling a lot. So, yeah, he's over here a fair bit. Alfa Romeo via Air Canada. Well, yeah.
Cerebral Aptitude sends a $5 super thanks and says, at 58, only regret I will have about retiring early is not doing it sooner. We hear that all the time, don't we, Brooke?
Yeah.
Keep it up, giving these men options for a better life outside of the West. And thank you again, Cerebral Aptitude. And we will. We're going to keep the channel going as long as you guys want to watch. We'll keep on making content for you.
Yeah, all right.
And thank you again for the $5 super thanks.
Mikey Baker at Alfa Romeo. That's how I came over from Ottawa in January. New Wave, when are they giving 90 days visa-free for Canada?
Only if Canada is going to do the reciprocal.
Yeah.
Allow Thais to go there for 90 days visa-free.
Well, geez, I don't know why they haven't done that already. I mean,
I don't know.
They're letting every other, nation on the planet send their, people to Canada. We seem to be open arms to, the world.
Here's the thing. For most Western countries, Thailand is letting them in, their citizens in for 30 days.
Yeah.
Visa free. Okay. But for most Western countries, they're not letting the Thais in for 30 days visa free.
And they need a visa if they're going to come in.
And so Thailand's done this for a long, long time, and it's really, really boosted the tourism, helped the economy grow, and made the infrastructure what it is today, and made it a super fantastic destination to retire in. I think it's in the top 3 in the world destinations for expats to retire in is Thailand.
Well, certainly.
So I can understand what the prime minister's doing and that he wants to get, countries to do this reciprocal agreement because he wants his citizens, his fellow countrymen to be treated as an equal. And I agree with that sentiment 1,000%. Thai should be equal as us. We're not above Thai people. Why shouldn't they be able to come to our countries for vacation as well? So I do agree with that 1,000% there.
Randy K8, I vacationed a few times in the Philippines when I was an expat working in China. I noticed right away the issues with infrastructure and services. I stayed in some lower cost areas. It opened my eyes.
And it does. It opens your eyes. Because you're going to see, when you get to the Philippines, the red tape is just through the roof. Now, I asked you earlier, what was your number one pet peeve? You said it was the traffic.
Well, yeah, there was a few.
My number one pet peeve was the beggars.
Okay.
There are a lot of homeless people, and they're out there on the streets begging. I've seen beggars get violent with people when they don't give them what they're asking for. I've seen beggars attack a truck driver in the middle of Manila, the capital, because he didn't give her. He didn't have anything to give her. And she got angry and physically climbed up on the step and insulted him through the window and then spat at him, spit right in his face. And then call him every name under the sun as she walked off to the next vehicle behind him. Wow.
Well, I remember we went through the McDonald's drive-through.
Yeah.
And at the pay window, there's a beggar. You know what I mean?
But you'll find that at all the fast food places.
Sure.
At McDonald's, Burger King, KFC. As soon as you get to the pay window, there's 4 beggars standing there, and they're watching you take your money out your wallet. I hated that.
Yeah.
And these places had security. They do over in the Philippines, but the security wasn't pushing them away. That's annoying. And I can remember one time we went to Kenny Rogers. It's a restaurant chain in the Philippines. And we went to the mall, SM Dasma. And me, the wife, and the kids are sitting there eating. And we'd also had Darlene's mom and her sister come visit us this particular weekend. And we're sitting there eating. What's the beggar do? comes up to the table and begging while we're eating our food.
Oh,
You know, I can understand beggars and I can understand them being poor, but
that's over and above.
that's over and above, in my opinion. The mall security doesn't stop them; they just let them do what they want. You know, I'm somebody that if I see a child begging for money, I'll always give them some coins. You know, I'm not Mr. Tight Ass. You know, my heart bleeds when I see kids out on the street begging for money. I always give them some coins. I always make sure I've got coins in my pockets to give to the kids. But when you get these adult beggars, you know, 30, 40 years old, and a lot of them are drunk at the time, are alcoholics or drug addicts, and they're coming up, hey, give me some money, and you're trying to eat, you know, and you can smell the alcohol on their breath, you know, and the funk from them because they don't take a shower, they're not clean. This guy, you know, his clothes were torn, you know, it was just so embarrassing, and the restaurant staff didn't even ask him to leave. You know, we were just forced to deal with it, and you know, I paid to get rid of the guy, and I was like, here's $1, go just get away, please.
Moving on, Mike Baker, New Wave, as soon as Trudeau is voted out. Yeah, there you got a better chance.
Nobody likes Trudeau.
Tommy Lee, there's that smile. Good morning, Cooper, Brooke, and Darlene.
Good morning, Tommy.
Les Jennings, good morning, Cooper, Darlene, and Brooke.
Good morning, Les.
Jay Nelson, Brooke is the best.
I'm second place. For Jay Nelson.
Bijan Bain, I'm going to visit Cebu in a few weeks to see if I like it. I was in Angeles over New Year's, but that was too dangerous and grimy.
Yeah, it is. It is. I get that a lot from people. Yeah. We've actually been to Angeles a couple of times because they got the duty-free shopping up there on the Air Force Base that used to be Clark Air Force Base before the volcano went up, but they kept the duty-free shopping there, the old commissary from the Air Force. So we've been there a few times, and I've heard that. Cebu, not much difference. And that, yeah, you got a big red light area in Cebu. Most places in the Philippines, you got a red light area. You got a red light area here in Pattaya. But I did find it was very poor there. A little bit cleaner than Angeles. Beach is not too bad. See really good visibility in the ocean there. But I found it way overpriced for what you get.
Yeah.
Now, we've got one of our subscribers that lives here in the condominium with us. He bought a condo in Cebu. And he can't sell it. For love of money, he cannot sell it. I think he paid, I think he said like $5 million. And he's dropped the price to 3.5. And he still cannot sell it. It's not a buyer's market.
No.
It's not a buyer's market in Cebu. Over here in Thailand, he'd have no problem selling it.
Yeah.
You know, over in the Philippines, different story. He said that, I said, what was it you didn't like about your condo? Why are you selling it? He says, the walls are paper thin.
Oh,
he says, I hear my neighbors. He says, the wall between the living room and the bedroom is plywood. He says, if I put a nail in it, the whole wall falls down. I was like, wow. And you paid $5 million for that? He says, yeah. He says, for what I paid for that, I could buy 2 condos in your complex where
sure.
He's living here too, in our complex. He says, I could buy 2 for that.
Yeah, you probably could.
And he says, they're built 1,000 times better.
That's why I would rent.
He said the only thing that was there when he bought it was a sink. There was no air cons. There was just holes in the walls where you put the air cons at.
Yeah, that's typical.
He said, over here in Thailand, everything's already there. Your air con, your wash machine, your cooking top, you know, your extractor fan, your fridge freezer. He says, over in the Philippines, you have to buy all of that.
True.
When you get it, it's just a shell with a sink. That's it. And no counter space, no cupboards under the sink, nothing. It's just a sink mounted to the wall.
Been there, seen that.
Yeah.
White Van Man, budget in the Philippines properly is to have a 1,000-pound buffer that you just keep adding to. That way you always got money, and the last thing you need in the Philippines is no cash. That's true. You don't want to be in the Philippines with no cash.
No, you don't.
Yeah, because you're not going to get any help.
No.
And if the ATMs are closed that day, out of money, look out.
Yeah, we got to watch out.
You got to pre-plan, you know.
Yeah.
Think ahead. White man, why is the way to go? It works great in the Phils. Why is this?
Why is this the way to go? It works great in the Philippines. It doesn't work great, White Van Man. I'm sure you've probably been there from vacation, and it was great. It was great for me when I was on vacation. But when you live there, that's when you find out. When you're on vacation, you're in a hotel. If the power goes out, they got backup generators. You know, so you'll never even notice things like that. Their internet is the best in the hotels. When you're in a house or a condo or an apartment, if you're lucky to get internet. Brooke had to wait 2 years and he still didn't get internet, you know, so connected, you know, and then you moved in from a house to a small condo.
Yeah.
You had internet, but the maximum speed was like 10 meg.
Yeah.
And all you could see when you were trying to do anything is a damn spinning wheel because it was so ridiculously slow.
Yep. It's Coop, geez, I'm getting tired of this. Yeah. Well, let's take a look at the Thailand. You know, remember we started watching the videos, and the more we watch, Jesus, maybe we should. And luckily, you had been there. You know, so Coop had a lot of influence because he had been there and done that. It wasn't like I had to blaze the trail.
Right.
And the more videos we watch, the more I think, Jesus, things look like they work there. And, you know, we'll get by on the language issue. But, yeah, we had our Filipino wives.
So, okay, now I'm going to flip it. Well, we got your first impression on the Philippines. What was your first impression on Thailand when you actually got here, Brooke?
Humidity. It was hot.
Okay,
you know, it
humidity.
was the end of March. But you know, it's funny because comparing the first time here at the airport, same as the Philippines, in a van going to our accommodation, same as the Philippines. Jesus, I don't see the trash like I did in the Philippines. You know, it was clean, a little better care for the environment, infrastructure, like, you know, the throughways, the highways worked. You know what I mean? The traffic was nowhere near. It ran.
Yeah.
You know, not this stop and go. So right away, you see, geez, there is differences. Okay, the heat, humidity, that's similar to the Philippines. You know, maybe a little worse here initially, but, you know, you get used to it. But everything else was better on that first trip. You know, it was clean, the roads worked, the traffic was manageable. And then we get to our complex. Jesus, this is kind of nice. You know, remember that Laguna Maldives, I think it was.
Yeah, that's where we.
Well, that looked like a 5-star in the videos, and sure enough, we get there. Yeah, this is pretty damn nice, eh? But yeah, it was a good first impression, let's say.
Yeah, and I can remember one of the first words you said to me the day after we moved here, and we saw each other at the pool the following day, and I said, "So, what do you think, Brooke?" I said, "I know it's early. You've only been here one day," and I remember your reply. It works, Cooper. I said, what works? He says the internet, and it's damn good.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are your first.
Well, I'm on the internet a lot for my stocks and portfolio and trading, and you know, I needed good internet. I even told when I rented in the Philippines, I said to the guy, he says, "I got to have good internet." "Oh yeah, no problem. You know, it'll be hooked up, working fine." I said, "I'm going to do a speed test," and Jesus, I get there. Holy shit, it's like pretty low. He says, no, I haven't upgraded it yet. I'll get it just put up to the higher, you know.
Higher speed.
Says, I'll pay the bill, just do it. Well, nothing ever got upgraded.
No.
New Wave. Trudeau wants folks working till sunset. Malcolm Hawken. There's Malcolm. Good morning, Team Coops.
Good morning, Malcolm. Hope to see you on Friday. And in case you don't know, this Friday, at the 17th at Fraser's at 6 p.m. is our meet and greet. So come all and join us.
Should be a good turnout.
It's going to be a very good turnout this week.
Samaritz, hola from Brazil, gentlemen. Wow, are you going to have any videos showing 1-bedroom and studio apartments for rent in the Pratamac area?
Yeah, we've already put
a few out on that.
Well, actually, they haven't come out. But yes, we do have some rentals coming up in the Pratamac area that need to be edited and put out on the channel.
Samaritz, I also heard you mention Dark Side, Pattaya. What is that like?
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's nice.
It is beautiful out in the dark side. You got the big lake. A lot of the best restaurants are out there. Route 66, one of our favorite Taco House, one of
Taco
yours.
House, you like Mexican? Boy,
Hemingway's out there, Patty's Irish Bar and Restaurant out there.
Yep.
It's lovely. And if you like, walking and nature trails and bicycling, mountain biking, you're going to love it out there because on all the roads, they have bicycle paths.
Well, they have a separate path. You're not even on the road.
Yeah.
On that one that surrounds the lake, guys. So, boy, that's if you're into biking or walking, a lot of fitness, manicured trails, like I'm talking, they're paved and they're all around. And, they don't allow they don't allow motorized on those trails, which is good. So.
Yeah. So fantastic. Yep. I absolutely love it. And that's where I plan on moving to St. Moritz.
Rob Mar 40, Coop, would you buy your house in the Philippines again if you had a do-over?
That's an excellent question. Probably no. I wouldn't have bought it in the gated community where we lived. Because I've seen it since we've moved in, and it's just very run down now.
Maintenance is getting neglected. I think that's one of the first signs.
The maintenance was neglected. They only cut the grass twice a year.
Hello.
So we would have weeds going up the side of our property that was 7 feet high. We even had a tree leaning over on our balcony. And I'd go to the management office and I would complain. If this damages my property, I'm going to sue you. And they still wouldn't do anything. So I hired a gardener. I had an outside gardener come in. I said, right, I want all this cut down. So he did. What happened? I got a letter through my mailbox the next day from the management saying, that is our land. And if you touch it again, we'll sue you.
They didn't like your comment.
So, yeah, I definitely would not. It was beautiful house. I mean, we renovated it. We made it absolutely beautiful. And it's for Darlene and the kids when I'm gone.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't take my money with me when I'm gone. But the one thing I want to make sure of. Okay.
Take a traveler's check, buddy.
Buy your way into heaven. But no, my mindset was I want to make sure that the wife and kids have somewhere to call their own when I'm gone. And that's why I did it. I want them to be secure in life.
Yep.
To want nothing,
The wives, when we're not here, will go back to the Philippines.
They will.
And my plan is to get Jack a house there. You're talking maybe 40,000 American. And it's a simple house, but that's what they want. They're used to that.
Yeah.
It's in a family area, and, God bless them.
Yeah.
That's not a big issue. So
they're not expensive.
No
houses over there.
And that's what's going to happen to them. So they'll head back. New Wave, why they need paperwork to buy furniture? You pay and that's it. But I guess living in the 18th century works for them.
And that's what it's like, New Wave. It's like before computers were out, before pagers were out, before cell phones were out. That's what it reminds me of the Philippines. Everything is red tape. Now, to get my retirement visa, because I'm not on a pension, I'm on a disability. They don't consider disability a pension. So I had to pay $20,000 for my retirement visa that they hold in a time deposit in a bank in the Philippines.
Which you're supposed to get interest on.
Yes. Now, you're supposed to be accruing interest on that. They hold it in their bank account, in the PRA's bank account. What's PRA? Philippine Retirement Authority.
Yeah.
So they hold the money in their bank account. If you cancel your retirement visa, you're supposed to get your money back. If you decide after a few years, okay, I want to move on into a different country, whatever, you can cancel your retirement visa and you're supposed to get your money back plus interest that it's been in the bank. So I thought, okay, no. Out of that $20,000, I got $18,700 back.
So not only did you not get all your money back,
they charged me a fee.
They charged you a fee and you got no interest.
Correct.
Oh, that's misleading.
And here's the one on top of it. It took 3 months to get the money back.
3 months. I see.
3 months because it had to be approved by 4 different departments in the Philippines before you can get the money back.
Did they ever ask you why you're leaving?
Yeah, they did.
Nothing works.
Yeah.
I hope that's what
And I can remember the day I went to the PRA to get my retirement visa, ID card. They give you an ID card there as well as a stamp in your passport. And one of the women in the PRA, she asked me a question. And the question, I'll never forget what she asked me, Brooke. She said, we have a lot of expats leaving the Philippines for Thailand.
Yep.
Can you tell me why? Because she knew we'd been in Thailand for the last 2 weeks on the sandbox scheme because of COVID.
Yeah.
And I said, I have absolutely no idea. I love the Philippines. I've been here many times on vacation. That was before I lived there.
Before you lived there.
And then at the end, when I went to cancel mine, you have to go through an exit interview. And she said to me, the same lady did the exit interview. She says, why do you want to leave the Philippines? I said, I want to live in Thailand. She says, yeah, a lot of our people are leaving us and going to Thailand. And she said, can I ask why? I said, yeah, nothing works. I said, I'm just tired. I don't want to stand in a line for 3-4 hours without sitting down to get anything done. I said, it's time consuming. My legs aren't as strong as they were when I was in my 20s. You know, standing in line for several hours a day, every day, isn't my idea of fun or retirement. Mm. In Thailand, I had my bank account opened inside of 30 minutes, Brooke, when you and I went there.
Yeah.
With our immigration agent.
Yeah.
30 minutes, our bank was open. And we had an ATM card with our name on it.
Yeah.
Issued to us within that 30 minutes.
The agents here work. I mean, I had heard about fixers in the Philippines. I never met any fixers.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, I could have used them maybe, but anyways.
Yeah. And I found also the one thing that killed me in the Philippines was the boredom. There's not enough to do.
Yeah.
There really isn't. There's nowhere to go to have fun.
No, after you've been to relax. The malls there.
That's it.
Yeah, what else is there?
There's nothing.
Yeah.
There was no American restaurants near us. No European ones, Canadians, Australians, French,
food
Italian.
Choices were nowhere near what they are here.
You'd go to the market to buy food, and the red meat was brown. I was like, I'm not eating that. No way. I remember the YouTuber. We went to his place for a barbecue.
Yeah,
he made some ribs.
Yeah, everybody
the next day, everybody was sick.
Luckily, all of us eat the ribs.
We all had diarrhea and were sick.
Oh, you poor
all
bugger.
Of us. The food, I'm sorry, it's just not up to par to Western standards.
Daniel Hall, late but made it. Like 44 likes so far.
Yep. Please hit the thumbs up if you're enjoying today's show and our honesty that we have on our show to show you the difference between Thailand and the Philippines.
Jack Bree, dark side, quite residential area with heaps of restaurants and cafes. True.
Yeah.
Yep. Samaritz at Jack Bree, thanks.
And there you go.
Philippines in full effect. Good morning, Cooper and Brooke. We'll be seeing you all in the first week of June. Look forward to it.
And thank you, Philippines in full effect.
Yeah,
he has a YouTube channel.
Yeah, he's been here before.
I've met him. We spent the day together when we went to the Sanctuary of Truth Temple. Very nice guy. And he loves Thailand.
And the boat trip, he was on that. His wife's a singer. Nice lady.
Yeah.
Nice couple.
Yeah, and they're coming back out here. Good. So there you go.
Michael Halls. Hi, Cooper Bros from Canberra, Australia, where it's sunny and warm. Hope you all having a great day, obviously, because you're smiling. Great autumn day here. Sold my house and move out in 5 days.
Wow.
Still no idea where I'm going. Well, you're coming to Thailand, hopefully.
Yeah, but he doesn't know where. So, yeah,
it's coming.
Great to have you out here with us.
Yeah, no worries.
Contact Sean. He'll take care of you.
Cerebral aptitude. U.S. never will 90-day visas.
No.
They see by passport backups that men are retiring abroad and IRS losing money for the last 25 years. I can believe that. They don't want people to leave because that's especially people with money. You know what I mean? Like, but listen, it's getting worse in the West. you're going to see more and more people saying, hey, I can't survive here.
No.
And the longer time goes on, they'll find this option of Thailand or Asia, and you'll see it happening, a migration out of those places where it's difficult to live to places where
I got
it's a
a
lot
subscriber, Brooke. He emailed me 3 days ago, and he said, Cooper, I'm due to be retiring in August, but my Social Security is only going to be $1,800 a month.
Well,
my rent is $2,500 a
in the
month.
West. Yeah.
My rent is $2,500.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a 2-bedroom. He says,
Can't
what
do
do
it.
I do? I can't pay the rent. I'm going to be homeless in August.
Come to Thailand.
Come to Thailand.
Get a 5-star condo for $300 a month.
I spoke to him on the phone for like an hour. Really, really nice guy. Fantastic guy. Really nice and friendly. Comes from a good background. You know, never married, no kids. Concentrated on his career. You know, he was a gardener at a high school. So he was the groundskeeper at the high school and junior high school near him. And I really felt for him. My heart went out to him, you know. And he says, if I come to Thailand, he says, will you help me? You know, I need friends. You know, I need to be around people that I like and can trust.
Yep.
And so I got him on the Facebook group. And this was 3 days ago. He emailed me back this morning, and I checked my emails this morning when I woke up, and he says, thank you so much, Cooper. I've already made half a dozen friends in 3 days on your Facebook group.
Yep.
He says, I'm so much looking forward to coming out there in August. So that's his plan. In August, he's going to come out.
You know, it's funny. Yeah. We swim in the afternoons here, guys, and quite often, not every day, but quite often, there's a group of us there. And Herman, got to meet Herman from Denmark. Very interesting fellow.
Nice guy. Yeah.
Nice guy. Heck of a nice guy. And he's been coming here for years.
Mm-hmm.
He actually bought a condo in Dusit.
Where we live,
and, has a Thai wife, but they're basically back in Finland or Denmark most of the year. But he said something to me last night in the pool. I says, when are you coming back? You know, he's got to leave at the end of May back home. And he says, oh, I can't wait. He says, since I met you guys, I've got more friends now than I had over years coming here. It's because of the friendliness. You know what I mean? And having a network of people that's supportive and friendly and fun.
He wasn't a subscriber of ours. We just
met
him.
He didn't even know about us.
But since meeting us, he subscribed to the channel.
Well, sure.
And he's joined the Facebook group, and he's making lots of friends. He says, this makes all the difference in the world for me.
It does.
He said, thank you so much, Cooper. Yeah.
Totally changed, really nice. I think, his outlook on.
Yeah.
J. Nelson, 49 likes so far. Okay, well,
keep them coming.
Lost Boy, hello from Deerfield Beach, Florida. There's Lost Boy.
And thank you, Lost Boy.
John Welsh, hello from Lakeland, Florida. I love the condo videos.
And thank you, John. Got a lot more coming for you.
Well, Scott Jean, afternoon, Cooper and Brooke from Scott, New Zealand.
And thank you for joining us, Scott. Really appreciate it.
Samaritz, in Brazil, I've seen beggars ask for food from people at outdoor restaurants, snatch the plate, and scarf down the person's meal. In the tourist areas, you can't walk 10 feet without being hounded.
And you can't in the Philippines. It's the same thing. You're just going to be surrounded by beggars. You go in the mall, surrounded by beggars at the entrance, begging you for money. The beggars are getting violent now.
Oh, they're hurting too.
Know? And here's the thing. As an expat in the Philippines, if you get attacked and you retaliate and fight back, you're automatically guilty.
Yeah. And
you'll be deported instantly. It's just something you got to think of. I had a car accident in the Philippines a couple of 2 days before I came back to Thailand, because I had to go back to the Philippines to cancel my retirement visa. And I had a motorbike on a cell phone, not looking where he was going, and he hit me in the back of the rental car I was driving. I got in trouble for it. I recorded it, took pictures, showed the police when they turned up. They took us both to the police station. Yeah. Basically, I was told in a nutshell, if I wasn't there, the accident wouldn't have happened. Yeah. So therefore, it's my fault.
Yeah. Miguel Leon, there's Miguel. Good morning, guys. It was nice to meet you yesterday. I'm looking forward to the meet on Friday. Yeah,
we met him at immigration with Mr. Singh.
First time over.
Because we went there to renew our retirement visa here in Thailand.
Yes.
And it's actually a lot easier than we thought. Your initial retirement visa takes 3 weeks to get. Your renewal takes 2 days.
Two days. And it's like less
half the price.
Half the price
of what the initial one.
Yeah. So that's true. Saying he's a good guy.
Yeah.
You like him. Miguel used him too.
Yep.
White Van Man, everyday living costs, Philippine versus Thailand.
Everyday living costs.
Similar. It's just you get more for your money here. I was paying $300 for the condo there. Call it a half a star out of 5. I'm getting $300 here, and I call it a 5-star. You know what I mean?
Your money, you get a lot more appreciation for your money.
A higher standard
than you do.
Yeah.
Higher standard, higher quality. Your condo over there was a
joke.
Was a 20-year-old building that you were in.
28 meters and
run down
window aircon that barely worked.
Yeah.
Internet didn't work most of the time.
And I think it was 26 square meters.
26, 27.
It is super small.
You come here to 35 meters, furnished with everything working. You think this is heaven for this.
And the only aircon you had was in the bedroom, and it was a small little window type aircon, the square ones, and it couldn't keep up, and it couldn't keep your place cool.
And they hammered me for my deposit. Yeah, we need to service the aircon. That comes out of your deposit. The thing never worked when I got there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But hey, life goes on.
But as far as everyday living costs, the food here is cheaper. It's fresher.
There's more of it.
There's more of it.
Yeah.
It's fresher. The fruit is cheaper. Mangoes are like less than half the price they are in the Philippines. Electricity in the Philippines,
more money,
exceptionally expensive. It's called Meralco. Here, it's government rate in most places. So it's fixed rate per watt, whatever that you're using. Great. In the Philippines, I was paying 12,000 pesos a month. Here, I'm paying 2,000 baht a month. What's that in pesos? 3,000. So it's 75% cheaper for the electricity here than what it was in the Philippines.
Like I would tell anyone, if they're in a similar situation to me and I was looking for a partner, I would definitely say, hey, go to the Philippines. And, you're going to meet some English-speaking, lovely ladies.
Yeah.
Filipinos, guys, they will treat you like gold.
They do.
Your age is immaterial. Your condition's immaterial. They're looking for a better life. I have no issue with that. Nobody rides free. So, hey, there's a cost of doing, the business. And to me, that's a good exchange.
Yeah.
It's simply an exchange. And I'll provide a better life for my wife, and she'll provide me with companionship.
Yeah.
And that's what I went there for. Now, having said that, you spend some time in the Philippines, but maybe the girl you're looking for, you might indicate, honey, what do you think if we were to, retire somewhere else? Would you be up for that? And take a look at Thailand, because if you get a Filipino wife, treat you like gold, and you come to Thailand, in my opinion, you have the best of both worlds.
Yeah. Or just bring her here on a vacation
and try it out, which is what kind of
a lot of people do.
Yeah, I was thinking of that the first time. Hey, if it doesn't work out, I'm only here for 30 days. I'll head back. But,
exactly.
Tony Montana, I think renting is the better way to go, as you can move around if you want to. And if you lock in on a low season, you can get a great deal. True to that.
Yeah.
Yep. Michael Halsey, back in early 2000, I did business trip to Manila, stayed in hotel adjoining mall, went to Robinson's department store, buy gifts for family, went to pay 7 staff to process my purchase. 7 people.
Yeah. It's just the red tape. It's a killer, Brooke. It's a super killer. 120 people watching on the live stream. Thank you. Hit the thumbs up if you're enjoying the show.
Words traveling. Yeah. Roger Walker. I was in Thailand January 23 for 3 weeks. Love it. Yeah, you will, Roger.
Yeah. And of those people that we met that were other expats in the Philippines, they all liked it initially because it was super cheap compared to the West.
Yep.
But they'd never been to Thailand.
No. I've never been.
And now several of the people that we met there have come to Thailand, and they're like, I ain't going back to the Philippines.
Yeah.
This is just way better. The transportation, fantastic. The infrastructure, fantastic. the newness of everything, the food choices and the prices off the hook. You just have so much choice here. There's expat supermarkets all over the place.
Yep.
You know, mini marts that they set up, you know, with their Thai wife, you know, and they'll open one and they got products from America. You go to another one, it's a French bakery and it's got all French products. You go to a German one, they got all German products. And a British one, they got all
Never
British
seen that
products.
in the Philippines.
Fantastic.
You know? Yeah.
Fantastic. You know, in the Philippines, we had none of that.
No.
Zero. The food choices in the Philippines, I got sick of it. I got bored eating in the Philippines.
It was so limited.
And the one thing that really annoyed me is when we go to the supermarket to buy something and you get told out of stock.
All the time.
Out of stock. Unbelievable.
I did like the SM, I think it was called. It's
FMO?
like a Kirkland, or it's like Costco. You know what I mean? Back
oh, you're talking about
SNR.
the SNR.
SNR, yeah, that was kind of interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, but again, it was hit and miss whether you'd find what you wanted
the
there.
stuff you were looking for.
It was an hour and a half away from our house.
Yeah.
I'd go there. It was like a Costco, expecting to buy my dairy creamer, you know, sugar-free dairy creamer, and there'd be none there. They're out
of stock.
And you say, well, when are you going to have it? Oh, come back next week.
Yeah.
We're going to have it next week. You go back next week, and they tell you, come back next week.
Yeah.
They would tell you that for 2 months just to get you to come back. And it just, blew my brain. It really, really did.
Frank T, are you still planning to have subscribers on the live stream and interview them on their experiences?
Yes, sir, we are,
Yeah.
Frank. Why, you want to come on and join us? No problem. Just send me an email if you want to come on and join us.
Get different perspectives.
Yeah. We're in discussions with a couple of our subscribers for our next live stream on Saturday.
Correct.
So we're currently working on it.
Go for Pyromac. Guys, I'm doing research on the Ocean Portofino Marina area in Nha Jam Tien, but there's very little on YouTube or Facebook. Is it not popular?
Ocean
Haven't heard of that.
Portofino Marina. I don't know that one, to be honest, but it's something I can look into and take a trip by.
Maybe. And,
send me an email. Remind me. I'll take a trip past there because our jet ski is parked up right next to that area.
Yes.
So, we'll go over and take a look.
Dennis L, getting the house ready for sale had been an adventure. We had a few delays, but we're still focused on the prize, which is Thailand. We'll be there before high season. Yep, that's a good time to come before high season.
Definitely.
Lock in a year and you'll get it at the good rate.
Exactly.
Alfa Romeo, Coop, I enjoyed the videos you posted the last few days. Nice properties in favorable locations. Not everybody, Romeo, and I'm telling you this, it's a no-brainer. There's people looking for studios.
Yes.
People looking for 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms. There's people not even looking for condos. They want villas.
Yeah.
And there's people looking to rent villas. There's people looking to buy villas. So it's good to have something for everybody.
Exactly.
And don't just get segmented into one particular area only.
Yeah.
And Coop's doing that.
Now, a lot of the places that we go to, Brooke, they only have condos for sale, maybe.
Okay.
I'll do a video on it because it's a nice condo.
Yep.
And Sean often gets them for rent. So I've had people say to me, hey, Coop, I really like that 2-bedroom that you filmed that was for sale. How much are they to rent? And then I would forward their email to Sean. 2 months later, they're living in that building, renting a 2-bedroom condo.
Before they decide to buy, maybe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't want to buy. Maybe they want to rent. So watch all the videos, folks, that, even the ones for sale, because there's often come available for rent.
Yep.
That might be the place you're looking for to rent.
Yep.
And don't be put off because, hey, this is a 2-bedroom for sale, for $250,000, whatever the price is. Don't be put off for that, because that might be the condo that you want to rent for $25,000 a month.
And I've met a lot of people, Coop,
$25,000 about a month
that want to buy.
I do.
Sure, it's maybe not for me, but everyone's different. And people have always owned a home in the West. They're selling it. they do quite often want to buy here. They have that certainty of ownership. It's theirs. They can fix it up the way they want. They can, add what they want, and it's theirs. So,
well, we got a single guy over here. He bought a condo a couple weeks ago, and I asked him, how was the experience? Did it go okay? And he said, oh yeah, absolutely fantastic. And I said to him, may I ask why you bought? He said, because I want to leave it to my kids.
Bingo.
So they can come in here on holiday. He says, I'm divorced. He says, ex-wife already took everything from me. It's about time I leave something for the kids.
Right.
So I can understand the mentality behind wanting to buy.
So it's good to have something for everybody.
And everybody's got their own wants and needs.
Stephen Gale, hi, gents. Would you say BCG differs from the other areas you mentioned for infrastructure and Wi-Fi?
BGC is a part of Manila in the Philippines, Stefan. Yeah, for those viewers that don't know, we've been to BGC quite a few times. It is more modern than anywhere else in the Philippines.
More westernized.
More westernized.
And more expensive.
More expensive.
I'd say double.
Now, here's the thing. We have a subscriber that lives here in our complex. He owns a 2-bedroom in BGC, and he can't sell it either.
No.
Remember, we were speaking to him out by the pool. I'm not going to put his name out on the channel. But he said that he can't sell his either. Again, walls paper thin. That was his number one complaint. He said it did have a pool and a gym, but nowhere near as nice as the complex that we're staying here. He says he's never seen anything like what we're staying here in all of the Philippines.
We're like a $300 a month here. You're going to pay $1,000, and probably not as nice in BGC. So but it is westernized. The nicer restaurants and malls, but you're paying for that.
Yeah. He considered his place that he bought a 2-star and this place a 5-star.
There you go.
Yeah.
Secrets to Success. Hello, gentlemen. 2 years ago, I made an exploratory trip to the Philippines. Hard pass for me. Just too many negatives for me. I was in Thailand this past year, loved it, didn't want to leave.
And thank you, W, for coming on and sharing that with us.
That.
I really don't want to put the Philippines down too much because I love the people. And it's hard for me to say what I'm saying because the Filipino people are great people. Take the beggars out of the equation. Generally, they're very friendly, like to smile, have a great sense of humor. Yeah. Everybody in my wife's family, we always have a laugh and joke. When we have a meetup, I'm crying, I'm laughing so hard. Yeah, they are just great people, and they give you the shirt off their back. They really would when you marry into the Filipino family.
Same with Jackie's family.
They are just super, super friendly. And I'll just say this out there. I don't give Darlene's family any money, okay? They've never asked me for money. I don't give them any money. This is them just being natural. It's not because I'm doing things for them. It's just who they are, okay? Before I get that in the comments after this video is finished and somebody watches it tomorrow. Says, yeah, Cooper, probably because you're giving them loads of money. No, I don't give them a penny, not 1 cent, because they never asked me for any money, Never, ever, ever had an issue.
Never been asked for any money.
But they're just super, super friendly. So I love the Filipino people. I just hate the bureaucracy, the red tape. They could do so much better.
It's ingrained there, and I don't see it changing.
It's just quickly. A big disappointment for me. It was a big wake-up call. And I hate to say it because the people are fantastic, bro.
I think you said it, or I said it was 20 years behind in infrastructure, and you thought it was 50 years.
I would say it's more than 50 years behind.
Yeah, wow.
Because the amount of money that the government makes. Now, the Philippines got more population than what Thailand has. So therefore, they're getting more tax revenue coming in. But they're not spending that on the infrastructure. They're not spending it on making the country better, bringing prices down. The only electric company in the Philippines is Meralco. They got the monopoly. They can charge what they want, Brooke.
Yeah, they do.
And why is it every time the electricity went out, and it came back on, your electricity bill spiked up by 30, 40%? A lot of Filipinos believe that Meralco cuts the electricity off and then puts it back on to jump the prices to get more money.
Interesting.
If you ask Filipinos, that's what they'll tell you.
Kathy Failer, hi there from Olympia, WA,
Western Australia.
Western Australia.
Yeah.
Okay.
And thank you, Kathy, for coming on and joining us.
Kathy, besides what you'll...
Okay, missed that.
The Saint R15. I'll be coming to Thailand next month. I hope to meet you guys.
And it'd be fantastic.
Come to the meet and greet.
We have a meet and greet every month, the third Friday of the month.
At Fraser's.
At Fraser's on Pryor Road in Jomtien.
Good. Michael Halls. So many poor living in garbage dumps. I drove through one big army base outskirts of Manila, and it sits on edge of the biggest dump in Philippines, and people live their whole lives digging scrap to live.
Yeah. I've heard that story.
Yeah,
it's a sad sight to see. The Filipino people deserve so much better, bro.
They do. It's just
they
ingrained
do. It's unfortunately they just don't get the support by the local government.
Politicians.
There's a heck of a lot of corruption there.
Yeah,
heck of a lot of corruption. I remember when I first arrived in the Philippines, I had to do I think it was a 6-day quarantine at the hotel. And Darlene and I are sitting watching the news one night. I think it was like the first night or second night we were there. And the local mayor of a town down by where we were moving to was out in his front yards doing his calisthenics, his exercises. 2 guys on a motorbike came up the road. One guy jumped off, went up to him, shot him in the head, got back on the motorbike and drove away.
Ooh.
And this guy was the mayor.
Not well liked.
So that was a big, huge wake. I was like, whoa, where the heck am I living?
Yeah.
That's sort of unheard of in America that a mayor or a governor gets shot. Not very often does that happen. I'll tell you right now, because they're guarded around the clock, Yeah.
The Saint AR-15 coming for a hernia operation at Bangkok Hospital, Pattaya. Yeah, you can get your hernias done there.
Oh, yeah, a lot cheaper than what you will here out in the West.
Paper Tiger, Philippines reminded me too much of Africa. Out of Philippines in 1 week. Love Pattaya. Not a drinker. Do not hang out in bars.
No, I'm not a drinker. I don't hang out in bars either. But
same here.
It's just, like he says, it reminds you of a super, super poor country.
Yeah.
That the corrupt government. That's probably why that mayor got shot. He wouldn't take a bribe or something, It's a crying shame.
I mean,
really
people need to judge for themselves, and I'm not saying don't go to the Philippines. Just be aware of what you're getting into.
It's great to go on vacation.
Yeah, and go and visit.
They got some fantastic places. Like you got Palawan, which is a beautiful island. You got Boracay, beautiful island, crystal clear beaches. Gets a lot of tourists every year. Thousands and thousands of people go there as tourists. But you're going to find a heck of a difference when you want to go there to retire. It's nothing like going there on vacation. No. You're going to get bored quickly. You're going to be pissed off with the how everything doesn't work.
Correct.
Electricity going out, internet going out, cutting off. You need to go to the bank. You're going to spend 6 hours in a line to get into the bank and get in and out. It's just it makes you crazy.
Make your own calls. Yep.
Yeah. Cerebral Aptitude sends another $5 super thanks and says 16 years portfolio analyst at Amex. Okay. Men, please take your 401k profits from your home sale, stick in high yield savings, and save yourself abroad, please. And he's got a very, very good point. Yes.
I beg to differ. I'd put it into Bitcoin.
Well, I mean, I put mine into IBK and I'm getting 4.85% return on it.
Put a percentage into Bitcoin, you'll do even better. Greg Smith's in Colombia, beggars everywhere, even on the beaches.
Yeah.
Luxurious Auras. Hi, guys. Been a viewer for a while. First time messaging you. I'm going to be 52 Saturday and I want to retire there. I am from Canada. Would love to meet you guys.
Okay. So when's he say he's coming
out
here?
Age 52, guys. You can do
I'm
that.
54, so that's a very good age.
I'm 49.
I want to retire there. Okay, yeah. Well, you can. We have meet and greets every month, and everybody's welcome to meet us.
Yep.
Not a problem.
Samaritz. So I hear there is very little crime, so I assume the penalties for committing crime in Thailand are severe.
You would be absolutely right, and that's why there's so little crime here in Thailand.
Yeah.
Thailand's got one of the worst prisons in the world. and it's nicknamed Bangkok Hilton.
Yep.
Okay. If you never heard of Bangkok Hilton, there's plenty of YouTube videos out there.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't wish that place on my worst enemy. I really wouldn't. Not that I have any enemies, but I wouldn't want to wish it on anybody. It's an eye opener. So if you get a chance, after our live stream, just put in Google search Bangkok Hilton Prison.
I mean, I drive a scooter.
You'll see it.
And, geez, everywhere where I would park initially, when I just got here, people leave their helmets on the scooter mirrors. They leave them on the seats. And I'm thinking, Jesus, did they not get stolen? No, it never happens.
Yeah, just to give you a difference, St. Moritz, between Thailand and the Philippines. I lived in a gated community. So did you. We both lived in the same gated community. Everybody, even though you had a security fence, a security wall going around the community, and security at all exits, had bars on their windows. True. Every single property had bars on their windows and doors, okay, to keep people from breaking in. Now, I've filmed over 100 properties here in Thailand, in our area. Not one ever had bars on my windows.
On the windows.
I dare anybody that's been watching my channel since the beginning to say, hey, Cooper, wait a minute. That property you filmed over here that had bars on the windows, none of them did. Ever. In the Philippines, every single property you had to put bars on the window. Here, no.
True.
My buddy James, I made a video of him moving from a one-bedroom condo, sea view, into a 3-bedroom pool villa. Now, he doesn't have bars on his window either.
No.
And he's not in a gated community.
No.
Because it's safe. Thai people don't go breaking into people's houses. And when it does happen, it's very rare. Yeah. Maybe in the middle, backwards, nowhere, it might happen and you might need a bit of extra security there, like a dog or something. But I've never seen bars on any windows in Thailand. Nope. I'm sorry, folks. I've been here for 6 years, on and off. And I lived here up north in Udon Thani for 6 years. Never saw any house up there with bars on the windows. It's just so much safer here. And that is a big difference to me.
Luxurious Auras coming next year. Great job, guys, and what you guys provide for people to learn.
And thank you for that. Really appreciate it.
Luxurious. How are the Thai ladies? Beautiful.
Thai ladies are beautiful. Asian women are beautiful.
Yeah,
Filipino women are beautiful.
Yes.
Stay away from the bar girls if you're looking for a serious relationship.
Yep.
You're going to get scammed, folks. That's what they do. Get yourself a good country girl here. Settle down if you want a Thai woman. There's plenty of Filipinas here as well. A lot of them are school teachers. My wife, Darlene, belongs to a Philippine group on Facebook here with over 60,000 Filipinos living here.
Bingo.
Get yourself on Tinder. Swipe right, swipe left, whatever it is.
There's a lot of sites
that you want.
That you can
you can meet Filipino women here that are already here, and you don't have to go to the Philippines.
Like anything, there's good and bad. So
yeah, there's good and bad in both countries.
Be forewarned.
But yeah, get yourself a good girl. All of our subscribers that have come out here that are interested in meeting women have found them, and have found them relatively easy. They said it wasn't hard.
Like I say, age is immaterial. Your condition health-wise, immaterial.
Yeah. There's a woman for everyone, and there's a man for everyone out there that wants one.
Michael Halls, you can take Bitcoin with you because it's in the ether. Titanic. Good morning, guys. Good seeing you, Coop, last night at the Jomtien Market and Brooke at the bank. Looking forward to catching up Friday at Fraser's.
Yes, please.
That might be Dr. Pork.
Maybe. He's changed his YouTube
Rob
name.
Mar 40. The two most common phrases heard in the Philippines is out of stock, sir.
And no change.
No change.
And that is absolutely true. The amount of times we've been in a taxi, no change.
No change.
Yeah. It's the common one, or trike, motorbike taxi. They got these trikes out there. No change. Yeah. You get a delivery driver coming and bring, a delivery. If you ordered something online, no change.
No change.
They always say it. And then if you turn around and say, okay, take the delivery back, all of a sudden they come out and they've got change. So, yeah, famous one that they use there.
W Secrets to Success. DC, you're going to need a Jack and Coke after this live stream to calm you down.
Well, I mean, W, I believed all the lies. Yeah, it's okay. We're all human. I know these YouTubers out there in the Philippines have to make money because they rely on their YouTube income. And there's very few YouTubers in the Philippines that will tell the truth. As a matter of fact, I only know one. And I'll tell you who that is because he's a fantastic guy. His name is Calvin, and his name of his YouTube channel is Sunshine Shoulders.
Yes.
I love that brother to bits. He'll tell you straight what the Philippines is like. He don't sugarcoat nothing, and that's why I liked him, and we became very good friends. Yeah, I got the utmost respect for Calvin. And he was the one that gave me my initial leg up on YouTube.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, I've done many interviews on his channel before I started my YouTube channel while I was in the Philippines.
Yeah.
And I like his honesty. I respect his honesty. And he gave me some advice when I told him I was thinking about starting my own YouTube channel. He said, always keep it real. Always be honest and tell it like it is. Don't sugarcoat nothing. He said, you'll get the subscribers. And I've done that since day one.
Yes, you have.
So my hat is off to Calvin from Sunshine Shoulders, giving him a shout out on today's live stream.
Buying early in your retirement, inflation proofs your pensions.
I think buying early in your retirement, inflation proofs your pensions.
Investing wisely. That's
maybe.
Dennis L. would love to see more bike videos. I love watching the surrounding areas you travel to.
And I want to do it too. The hard part is getting my wife on the bike.
We got to get James a GoPro or something because he's on a bike every day. Let him do the filming and upload those videos.
But no, I love riding the bike.
Yeah, you do.
And we went out to get a kebab last night, and I had a doner kebab, lamb kebab, so I was happy with that. And we took the bike. Well, it's literally 3 minutes down the road there, and then 3 minutes back. It's not far from the house. And the wife said to me when we got back to the parking in the basement, see, I'll let you go out on the bike. And I'm like, what? 3 minutes? And she said, yeah, well, at least you're getting out on the bike, ain't you?
True, yeah.
So
don't even get first the nose, Cooper.
Yeah, I will be making some more videos like that, Dennis. I promise I'm going to make it happen.
We had salmon, Jack, and we got it at Macro. It's a nice fillet of salmon, and she made enough in the morning, like we had lunchtime, and then again at supper, and it's nice, man. Fresh salmon.
Yeah, and here's the thing: my wife went back to the Philippines for a couple of weeks, and while she's got a Filipino driver's license, she's got a Thai driver's license.
Yep.
Okay. When she went back to the Philippines, she rented a car for a few days and drove over there, and she came back and she said, I'm never driving in the Philippines again. Absolutely crazy. Yeah. She said, but I drive in Thailand, no problem. The streets are a lot wider. There's a lot less traffic, and it's easier. There's stop signs everywhere.
She forgot how bad it was till she got back. I hear you. Simmeritz, do you have any videos you can point me to that show the minimum cost for living there? Could someone realistically live a simple life for $1,000 US a month? 1,500 maybe.
Yes, we do, St. Moritz. Brooke and I made a budget video. Go back in our channel. It was, I want to say July last year.
Quite a few months ago, yeah.
Yeah. But you'll see it. I'm holding a wad of cash and said, how much does it cost us to live in the Philippines? I mean, to live here in Thailand. And we go through our complete budget. I do have subscribers here, St. Moritz, on $1,000 a month, living here on $1,000 a month. I've actually got one subscriber that's on less than $800 a month. Okay. He rents out his home in his country, and he lives here on the money that he gets from rent from that. And he's living okay. You know, he's able to put the money in the bank account, the 800,000 baht that he needs for his retirement visa, and he just lives on the money income from renting out his property. He's had somebody in there for years, and they want to stay there till the day they die. They're in love with this property. They just can't afford to buy it, which is a lot of the case around the world. People rent rather than buy because they can't afford to buy, or maybe they don't want to buy, But yeah, he's happy on that. So yes, you can. We go through our complete budget, how much it cost Mr. Brooke Schneider, how much it cost me, and we went into in depth in everything and itemized it all out in the video. So go back and take a look at it.
$1,000 a month, you can do it. You're not going to have a lot of extras. You know what I mean? You're not going to be eating out the steak restaurants, paying 1,000 baht for a big nice steak. But
well, you can do that like once a month as a treat,
it's
probably
so
on that budget.
Here. Well, don't even like the first few months on your 1,000. Just live affordable, and you can eat out so cheap here, so you will be eating out. It's just fried rice and chicken for 50 baht. Like that's pretty nice meal. You know what I mean?
And it's under $2.
It's under $2.
So I mean, just to give you an example, St. Moritz, if you wanted a 1-bedroom condo, average price for them 10,000 baht.
Say 300.
Okay, $300 a month. Your electricity, your water, your internet. You're looking at
3,000 baht. 4,000 maybe with internet.
Yeah. So right there, you're talking $420.
Yeah.
That leaves you $580 for eating. The average single person on here spends between $10 and $15 a day on food.
Yeah.
10, if you say 10, all right, to make the math easy, is $300 a month. 10 times 30 days, $300 a month. So there you are. You spent $720 in a month for all your bills and your food. That still leaves you $280 to go out and enjoy yourself.
Do a lot of walking. Bot buses are cheap as dirt. Bolts are cheap for getting around for longer trips. It's doable. 1,500. I mean, I probably don't spend much more than that in a month, if that. So 1,500 is a sweet spot. If you got 2,000 or more, you're eating at the steak restaurants when you want.
Exactly.
You're renting a scooter or buying a vehicle. It's just the way that budget allows you.
Oh yeah.
In the West, you're paying that 2,000 just for a 2-bedroom condo. Hello.
Yeah. 128 people online. Please
Nice.
hit the thumbs up. Really appreciate it.
Robert R. If Sean has a condo for sale and someone wants to rent, he may be able to find a buyer knowing a guaranteed renter is available.
And that's true.
Yep.
A lot of people that want to buy, the first thing they ask Sean is, can you rent it out for me? And what would be my monthly income?
Yep.
And he says, not a problem. He'll run it out. This will be your monthly income. A lot of people that have bought them out here that are part of our channel, they bought them. And then they've asked Sean to rent them out to one of our subscribers.
Makes sense.
They only want retirees in there.
Yeah.
They don't want the young yabos that are getting drunk and high every night with,
don't need that.
Making parties and damaging the property. They want somebody that's retired, responsible, and a good person. And I've had people reach out to me and say, Cooper, I've got a property. I'd like you to rent it out for me. I'm a subscriber. I've just come over to your channel.
Oh, I think they'll rent quick.
And I have done for many of them. I've filmed it and I put it on the channel, but I only want one of your subscribers living there.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody else. I don't want the young bucks. I want the retirees.
Well, true.
So yeah, it is a very good investment.
Jack Bree, San Marita, yes. Scott Jean, hi guys. Lot of poverty and begging in New Zealand. Can't wait to retire in Thailand. But still 58. Can't get pension until 65. Thailand rules. Guys, listen, and I've said this before, a lot of us planned our retirement for living in the West.
Yes.
We didn't plan to live here in Thailand. When you find out how cheap you can live here, your only regret will be that you didn't retire earlier.
That's the number one, I think.
Yeah.
Number one I hear, Brooke.
Take a long, hard look. Now, how you can decide that is take a visit here. If you
come for a vacation,
come for a vacation, even if it's only 2 weeks, you'll get your boots on the ground. You'll realize, holy geez, I can live on 1,500 a month here, or 1,000 if I was on a lower budget, 2,000 maybe. Oh my God, I can live like a king. So your retirement can probably be moved up many years.
Oh yeah,
when you come and see just how affordable it is to live here. And listen, the healthcare works, the roads work, the people are friendly, the food's excellent. There's so many pluses. When you get here, you'll see it. So,
I mean, the dentist and the healthcare, 80% cheaper than the West, bro.
Yeah.
80% cheaper. One of my subscribers had 6 implants for the price of 1 in the US put in here for his teeth.
Oh, yeah.
It's just incredibly cheap.
Well, true story. Yesterday, we're at the immigration getting our visa, renewals. And Miguel was there. First time I met him. Subscriber.
Nice guy.
And he says, Brooke, originally I was 65 for retirement. I think Miguel's 59. And okay, that's going. And then, Jesus, things are happening in there. Okay, 62, I can take my thing early. You know what I mean? So security. And then he finally ended up saying, but you know what I realized? I can live here so damn cheap. 59 is good enough till I'm 62, right?
Yeah.
And he's absolutely right. And what I said to him was, look, those years you saved, they're important years because you're in good health, good shape. You're young enough to do what you want. Don't wait till you're 65 or, do it earlier because those are your prime years. So,
if you can afford, if you can, do it.
Yep.
A lot of people have.
That's my for the day. Jack Bree, 1,500, a better lifestyle with no bar girls, etc.
That's a good budget. 1,000 to 1,500 is a fantastic budget out here for a single
Michael
guy.
Vicky, WA is Washington State. Okay. Bravo 29 going on 2130 here. Great info. Good night, bros.
Peace. And thank you, Cecil. Really appreciate it.
W Secrets to Success. I was thinking about buying a condo in Thailand, but after listening to DC on the flexibility of renting and mobility, I won't rent unless I come across a steal of a deal.
That's a good way to do it. Rent. But if you find somewhere that you absolutely love, buy it. Because you'll find that these places that are really popular, they rent out real fast. And then
there's always
maybe after a year or two of living there, you're absolutely loving it. The owner turns around and says, I'm selling it.
Yeah.
So I will not be renewing your rental contract. I'm selling it to somebody. I've already got in touch with the agent and somebody's agreed to buy it.
Yep.
So you can stay there until your rental contract finishes, but then they want to move in. Well, you just lost the place that you absolutely love.
Well, our buddy Dougie, I mean, he bought in Copacabana. He loves it.
Yeah, he bought a really nice condo.
So there's people that just, hey, they prefer to own, and I have no issues with that.
No.
I would think renting for the first month at least, get your feet wet or longer, but there might come a point.
Try before you buy if you're going to buy.
Hey, it might come where I buy a place here. I'd want to see Bitcoin up a lot more, but it will happen.
Yeah.
Jay Easy, good morning from Bangkok.
And good morning, Jay Easy.
Samaritz, talk about corruption. I remember the shoe queen, Imelda Marcos.
Yeah.
3,000 pair, didn't she have?
Oh, yeah. She was the wife of the Philippine president.
Yeah. Alfa Romeo, a question of topic. I hear the Thai Minister of Health wants to roll back the weed law and make it a narcotic.
That's true. But then they're saying that they want to allow marijuana for medical use, but they're going to keep the law in place until the end of this year. So they're not going to, stop anybody that wants it from buying it until the end of this year, which means end of December.
Yeah.
But again, this law hasn't passed yet.
No.
It's still in the discussion phases, Romeo. Just because somebody wants it doesn't mean it's going to happen.
I don't see it happening, and I'll tell you why. When you're driving here, Coop, I mean, every fourth or fifth building is marijuana related.
Yeah.
Dispensary, marijuana coffee shop, selling pharmacy, whatever. How on earth can they take that much of the business and say, sorry, you can get a medical card and still come in? Well, that's no change other than just paperwork.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
Time will tell. Street Cred, good morning.
Good morning, Street Cred.
Jack Bree, Alpha wants to make the medical treatment, etc., just to regulate it. Okay. They want to make it for that, I guess.
Yeah.
Good day.
Good morning. He's finally got it up. There we go.
Samaritz, talk about corruption. Same in Brazil. If someone tries to be a righteous politician, they get unalived. The system will not allow justice.
Yeah. And that's what the Philippines is like, folks.
Jay Easy, speaking of how safe it is in Thailand, On my morning walk in a community park with lots of other folks around, people leave their purse unattended on a bench, tree, no worries. No one will bother it. I kind of see that here.
I do.
You know,
I do.
they're very, yeah.
But here's something else I see. Of the expats that we have about a dozen that are female and retired over here through our channel. I've spoken to them all, and they all tell me the same thing. Thailand is super safe.
Yeah.
They are not afraid to go out at night by themselves and walk back from the night market to the condominium on a dark street with very little lighting and looking over their shoulder like they do in the West.
Sure.
They say it's a breath of fresh air.
Yep.
At no time have they ever felt threatened or afraid to do that. In the West, they told me they couldn't do it.
Oh, yeah.
They'd be mugged. They'd be raped. Something would happen. Over here in Thailand, everybody just goes about their own business, and they're not looking to harm anybody. So absolutely fantastic feedback for that from the ladies.
Market focus. I love Filipino people, but I can't live in the Philippines. I lasted a month in Cebu City. A lot of places only accept cash, and my credit cards were not accepted on apps like Grab. It's just behind the, behind. Just not
and then
up.
they come out, market focus, no change.
Yeah.
They don't want to accept cards.
No.
Because then they're getting the exact money. Yeah. They want to say no change, so you leave them a big tip.
And the way technology is going, Coop, I can see Thailand's way more progressive, with their, cash apps and, scan pays and, even than some of the West, believe it or not.
Yeah.
But technology is jumping leaps and bounds, and I can see Thailand being more receptive to a lot of those changes quicker than ever going on in the Philippines, which means Philippines will get even further behind the curve.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I say they're 50 years away from Thailand, but that's only if they have the right government.
Yeah, true.
And the right government needs to reinvest into the economy.
Yeah.
Here in Thailand, the money that they make from tourism, they reinvest
back in.
Yeah. Jomtien Beach Road right now, half the side of the road is roadworks. Why? Because they want to make it better. Okay, right? I agree with a lot of people. It's an eyesore. It's a little bit of pain in the ass. There's only one-way traffic on the road, but they're making improvements. You go down Second Road in Pattaya, Brooke.
Yeah.
Okay. They're digging up the road because they're putting all the eyesore telephone cables and electricity cables underground.
Yeah.
They got the pipes there. They're putting them all underground because they want to make it more beautiful. They're investing.
Yep.
Philippines doesn't do that. And that's what's keeping it down.
You know what I noticed? 7 days a week they're working.
Yes.
They're working 7
Never a
days
day
a
off
week.
here in Thailand.
Sunday don't matter.
On roadworks.
Yeah.
They want to get it
Good.
done as quickly as possible.
Evans, yeah.
Yeah.
W Secrets agreed. DC, the Filipino people were friendly. The negatives were everything else for me.
Yeah.
Too.
I can't knock the Filipino people, and I never will.
No.
Okay. I love the Filipino people so much. I married one.
Me
Okay.
too.
So, put your money where your mouth is, so to speak.
Yeah.
My wife's great. I can't fault her. She's fantastic. Okay. She's got mood swings just like everybody else. But for the most part, we're always laughing and joking and having a great time. I love that. I love that about the Filipino people.
They're happy people.
I just feel sorry that the government and the infrastructure lets them down.
Yep.
The red tape and the bureaucracy did
we'll
as
just
well.
enjoy life. How's that? Market focus. We're not.
Okay.
Weren't.
And Donald Hoyt became a channel member. Thank you, Donald. Really appreciate it. He now gets the badge next to his name.
Yeah.
Only $2. You can become a channel member too. That's all it costs.
It helps
to
out
become
the channel, guys, with
gas money and things like that. Yeah. So thank you very much, Donald Hoyt.
Expired passport bro. A lot of YouTubers will never tell you the negatives about the Philippines, especially the bars on windows.
True. They won't.
No.
They won't. They only want to tell you the positive stuff. And I do understand why. Because if they told the truth, they'd have no subscribers.
Yeah.
Calvin is the exception. He's been going for a lot of years. He's got over 50,000 subscribers. God bless him. He's done well.
Doesn't sugarcoat it.
He doesn't sugarcoat anything. He tells it exactly like it is. Which he's the only one I know that does.
Luxurious Auras. So did you say there was a way around having that 800,000 baht in the bank to get a retirement visa? Because I won't have a lot of money, but I could budget my money.
Yes, there is.
Absolutely.
And you got to get in touch with Singh, and he'll explain the process to you. Unfortunately, I can't put it out on YouTube.
No, there's agents here, visa agents. So they're the ones to contact. We prefer Singh.
Yeah.
But yeah, and there's, you'll get all the information on that. So not to worry.
Yeah.
Cerebral aptitude. I'm addicted to this channel simply because it's nothing but constant truth. Cooper and Brooke do not walk on eggshells. Mad love to you, brother. I tried walking on eggshells. It just didn't feel right.
I heard you 3 miles away. Thump, thump.
Now, I will ask you when I meet you how much Bitcoin you have, okay? Now, never tell me. Just tell me whether you do or you don't, okay? You shouldn't broadcast that.
Yeah, but thank you for the honest view of our channel. Yeah. We really appreciate that. We like all feedback, good and bad.
Sure. St. Moritz, this is the first time I'm hearing real info about Philippines. The other PH YouTubers paint a rosy picture.
And they do. And that's why we went. We fell for it. And we followed a YouTuber that told us everything was rosy on this side of the fence. All right. It wasn't. It was everything that he said it was. It wasn't. So it was completely the opposite. And that's why you won't see a lot of people in the Philippines doing live streams, having special guests on, having their subscribers come on and tell the people that are watching from their experience what it's like. They won't do it. They're too afraid to do it. Their channel will be destroyed overnight. Calvin's the only one to do it because he's never lied about it. He's always told the truth. Yes, you've got brownouts over here. Yes, you've got typhoons over here. Yes, you've got this. Yes, you've got that. Yeah. But the people are great, and that's what you're going to fall in love with. He'll tell you straight 1,000%. Me, I tell it straight from day one on our channel here in Thailand. I don't sugarcoat anything. I tell it exactly like it is. I paint the good out and I paint the bad out in Thailand. I'm not afraid to do it. And I will continue to have guests on our channel, subscribers coming on and telling you what it's like for them. I'm going to be doing a lot more of that. So stay tuned for that, St. Moritz.
I've never met anyone that has come from the Philippines here say, oh, I can't wait to get back to the Philippines.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like you need a medal for living as long as you did in the Philippines.
And then another thing, these Filipino YouTubers, okay, they'll all come over here for their annual medical. They don't get it done in the Philippines. They come over to Thailand to get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when they'll make a few videos while they're here, the place they're staying, and then how much the medical was and all this, that it was super cheap, excellent, you know, all this. I got my green light. I'm good to go for another year. They go back to the Philippines and they say, I miss the Philippines so much because it's so much better here than in Thailand. Yeah. But then when you speak to them, and I have quite a few, yeah, did you really mean what you said there? Hell no, I'm just trying to keep the viewers happy.
Yeah, keep the viewers.
Yeah, gotta try to keep the viewers happy. I can't tell the truth.
The one YouTuber, he needed an operation.
Yeah.
Well, he sure didn't get that done in the Philippines. He came to Thailand to get the operation,
yeah.
Right?
You know, and
I don't blame him.
And he's got loads of roosters outside. He's got to go 3 miles away filming in a field because he can't film outside his place because the roosters make too much noise.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, so yeah.
Roger Walker, Calvin Sunshine Shoulders is where I seen you. True.
Yeah, thank you, Roger. You watched that video that I made with Calvin. Yeah, the live stream. Thank you, Roger.
Baker, fantastic live stream today, gentlemen. Thank you, Mikey.
And thank you, Mikey.
William Gilligan. Hey, is Thailand can I pay the fine right here, officer country, like so many others?
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I've been there, done that.
Yeah. Save going to the police station and all the red tape.
Savvy Blue, love the condo videos with you and Sean. Have you done any videos on the medical services you can get there? I've heard dental is great. It is great.
I have. I've done several on the medical that you can get here. Also, the cost of our medical that we do. I've done videos about medical insurance. All that, you'll find it on the channel.
Alpha Romeo, gents, take a bike trip cruising in the Chiang Mai Mountains. Beautiful. Yeah,
I'd love
think
to.
It is.
I'd love to.
Expired passport, bro. Thai population 71 million. PH population 119. More people, more cars, more congestion on a smaller area, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Longer wait times at banks, etc.
But here's the flip side of that expired passport, bro. Okay, so there's a difference there of 50 million people almost. Okay, 48 million, give about. Well, that's 48 million more people paying taxes.
They pay taxes.
Why aren't they doing it?
I don't know if they pay taxes.
Yes, they do.
Well,
they pay taxes over there in the Philippines. Yes, they do.
Money over there,
but they're not putting that money that they're earning from the taxes, the people going there on vacation, they're not reinvesting it into the economy.
No.
And until they do, it's always going to be a third world country. Always.
I think
until they change their ways.
Federal service, you know.
Yeah.
So a lot of that money's wasted because they're not productive people. Yeah, it's not a lot of forward planning. And it's evidence the GDP, gross domestic product of Thailand, is the highest in Asia of these countries that surround us, and much, much higher than the Philippines. So basically, that's kind of like your economy. How's it doing? Look for the GDP. What's the average, gross domestic product? Hamilton Rodriguez. Hi, guys, from Tampa.
And hello, Tampa. Tampa in the house. Thank you for coming on and joining us.
Luxurious Auras. A lot of people in Oshawa, Ontario are on every center medium begging for money. Really? Oh, my God.
Is that what it's like in Ontario?
Yeah, it's not far. Maybe an hour from where I live in Stratford. And oh, boy.
Crying shame.
Scott Jean. Hey, you guys, would 8 million baht be enough to live on? Yeah, I think you've been on with that before, Scotty.
It's got 8 million.
Yes.
Okay.
You couldn't spend it all if you tried.
Yeah. So,
I mean, you make 4% on that. That's 320,000 a year. I mean, that's like 25,
just around about $300,000 there, just under.
You could live on just the interest, and if you make more than you make 6-7%, which is easy on some dividend stocks, you're not even touching your principal.
That's right.
But hey, use the 4% rule and it'll last forever.
Yeah.
Jack Bree, Australia has rule that you have to live 2 years after getting pension at 67 minimum age. You have to live there 2 years or whatever.
I don't know. I don't know on that one.
Luxurious Auras. I'd love to buy in the Riviera or Copacabana, I hope. Yeah, there's supposed to be nice there.
Get yourself a good agent.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's something that you got to realize. And again, I'm not afraid to talk about the bad on the channel. There are con artists out there as agents, okay, that will sell you a condo knowing that the Thai person that owns it, okay, or the foreigner that owns it, whatever, has a loan against that property, and they will not disclose it to you. There's backhanders go on here.
Okay.
All the time. Okay. They will not disclose it to you. So here's what happened. You go buy that condo, and all of a sudden, 3 months down the line, the debt collectors come knocking on the door. You just lost. Because the agent you used did not do their due diligence. And there's a lot of corrupt ones out there.
No comeback.
There's a lot of good ones, but there's a lot of corrupt ones. That's why I recommend Sean on the channel. I sat down with him one day in his office and went through start to finish the whole process he does when somebody wants to buy him. He does a complete background check. All right. He wants to know if there was any loans ever on that property and whether they were paid off.
And they can check that.
He wants to check to make sure the person doesn't have a mortgage on that property.
Okay.
Yeah. And they're selling it because the bank wants to foreclose or something. So they're going to run away with the money. He does all those checks. And he's got a team of 4 different lawyers doing this checks.
Yeah.
So when you buy something from him, through him, you know that it's secure and you got nothing to worry about and you're going to sleep good at night.
That's good.
That's why I recommend him on the channel, folks.
Yep.
Because of everything he does. I've worked with other agents and I see what they do. And it's nothing compared to what Sean
full
does.
Service compared to Sean's.
You get what you pay for, folks.
True.
And he is absolutely fantastic.
Hamilton Rodriguez, with a budget of $1,300 a month, can you get a retired visa in Thailand? Absolutely.
You can.
Yep.
You can. You got to speak to Singh, though.
I would say Singh.
Go back on my live stream, Hamilton, It was about 2 months ago, so it would be 8 live streams ago. You'll see a live stream title there. It says interview with our agent. We put all his details on here. There, his WhatsApp number, his Facebook page, all that is on there, and you can contact him, and he will reply to you. He'll even speak to you on WhatsApp on the phone.
Yeah.
And give you his time absolutely for free. He doesn't ask for a penny.
There's a reason he's got 5-star reviews
Ratings.
and hundreds of them, guys. I mean, met 2 guys yesterday said the same thing. Oh, we love saying he's there for you. Everything's handled. Yeah. No lineups. No hassles. It's done.
Yeah. So yeah, he can talk you through exactly how to do it.
How you have to do it. Luxuriosaurus, how does the medical insurance work? I have blood pressure issues. Would I be able to get my pills? Absolutely.
You will, but here's what you're going to find, Ludicrous. Medication here is 80% cheaper than the West. Yeah. I'm type 2 diabetic. My medication in the States was $500 a month. Here, it's under $30 a month.
Bingo.
Same exact medication, folks. Yeah. Medication is super cheap. A lot of my subscribers are like me, ex-military, and get VA benefits.
Yep.
They don't use their VA benefits to get medication because they have to pay for it, get the receipt, and send it back and mail it back to the States, and then they get reimbursed for it. Yeah, you pay first and then you get reimbursed later. Yeah, it's cheaper to buy the medication out here than to post the receipt back via you registered mail and all that. It costs them more to send the receipt back than it does to buy the medication.
True.
So they don't even bother. You know, the $5, $10, $15 a month for their medication costs.
A lot of people here at Luxurious, I found out after being here, self-insure. Now, the first year I did not do that. I booked insurance. Now, my second year, I'm going to self-insure. Put $100,000 in the bank, let it collect interest, and that'll cover a $3.5 million policy here. That's the way I look at it. And another buddy of mine, Jeff, said something important. He was going to do the insurance route until he started reading all the fine print. He got down to the exclusions, guys, and he basically looked at the agent and says, "Hey, what is covered?" You know what I mean? It was basically everything that I got problem with.
Yeah, but he's got a lot of pre-existing conditions.
So, you know, you got to look at everything and decide for yourself.
Now, for me, I'm 54. My medical insurance costs with Pacific Cross was $2,000 a year. You're 71. Your medical insurance costs with Pacific Cross was $3,000 a year. So you can see there, between the age difference of 16 years between Brooke and I, the amount that it goes up.
Yeah.
Very little.
Now, you didn't have any deductible.
I got zero deductible.
No, see, I had 40,000, so that lowered my $2,000-3,000.
So about $1,000 deductible.
I think it was going to be almost $4,000 without no deductible.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And if you're going to get medical insurance here, only do the inpatient because the outpatient is just so cheap.
It's cheap.
You know, super, super cheap. It's not worth paying the extra premium for the outpatient.
I took Jack in last week for her checkup annual, right? Mm-hmm. They had the prior years because we did it at the same place, jumped in, and they had this year's, their comparison. Everything was fine. Did a ultrasound scan, saw a professional doctor, twice, $3,300 baht.
Yeah.
Hello, like $90, you know.
Here's a point about medical, though. I'm going to compare for you guys right now the hard truth about medical in Thailand versus Philippines. Okay. In the Philippines, outside of our gated community was a hospital, literally right outside the side gate. Okay. It was a government hospital. I had to go there to get a prescription renewed for my diabetes. Darlene and I went there and we spent 4 hours waiting to see the doctor. Absolutely full. Yeah. We didn't get to see the doctor. The nurse came out and said, "Sorry, the doctor's done all he can today. Come back at 8 o'clock tonight." And we were there at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Oh.
So I had to come back 12 hours later. Again, absolutely solid of people. Waited another 4 hours, but finally got in to see the doctor. It took him 5 minutes to write me a repeat prescription. But they'll only give you a prescription for a 30-day supply. Mm-hmm. So you got to go back and repeat that process every single month. Here in Thailand, we went to go see the doctor at Jumped In Hospital for our annual physical. In and out, all the tests done in under 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go back the next day, you got the results. You're in and out there in 30 minutes and you've spoken to the doctor.
True. Big
Had to go to
difference.
the hospital many times here in Bangkok. Bangkok Hospital, it's called, is a franchise here in Thailand, Bangkok Hospital, even though they got one in Pattaya. Went there many times, always in and out within an hour. Fantastic. And for most medications that you would normally need a prescription for in the West, you buy them over the counter here.
True.
So you don't have to go see the doctor every month to get a prescription.
Yeah.
All my diabetic medication, I've never had a prescription for in Thailand. I go get it over the counter. That easy. You got your thyroid issue. You don't have to go to the hospital to get a prescription. You buy it over the counter.
True.
You know, I got people with heart problems, lung problems, you know, joint problems that they take pain medications for. All of them are able to get it over the counter, and they don't need to go see a doctor and waste time at the hospital.
I had to see
that is one of the
specialist.
major differences of the Philippines and
You know, when
Thailand.
we went diving, my ear got plugged,
Mhm.
and so I did go to that same hospital outside, and you know, I called to make an appointment. Well, okay, he's in this day. Come, you know, and register when you get to the counter. Well, okay, yeah, upstairs. You're right. You wait 2 hours. You know,
In the Philippines.
and it's an older hospital. It's just Jesus.
It was kind of grungy to me.
Grungy, yeah, you know. Now it was a young doctor, and God bless him, he knew his stuff, which was good. But and basically, I was saying, hey, I'm flying to Thailand in 2 weeks. Is this going to be okay? You know, if this, you know, he gave me steroid or something for, you know, hopefully clear it up. Oh yeah, you'll be fine, and you know, get it looked at over there if there's no change. So, and sure enough, I did here, and what a difference! You notice the two, you know. In right away, you see the specialist, maybe 15 minutes total before you're sitting in front of the ear, nose, and throat guy. And it's state-of-the-art equipment, and he gets the problem solved quick.
Yeah, but medical care in the Philippines versus Thailand, there's no comparison.
No, you're better.
Absolutely none. Thailand beats it 1,000%.
Been in safer hands here.
Yeah, and you're in a lot safer hands.
Simritz, I love the Brazilian culture, the people, most beautiful women in the world, but the violence and corruption have not gotten better after 20 years being there. Wow, 20 years he's been there.
Wow.
I've heard that about his problem, like the problems occurring there.
Time for a change. I agree.
Luxuriosaurus, what are your thoughts on Cambodia?
Never been to Cambodia.
Never been.
I've been to Laos. I've been to Vietnam. Never been to Cambodia yet.
World Traveler 70. I'm currently in Manila, Philippines. Also lived in Cebu City, and I can't wait to return to Thailand in August.
So there you go. There's another one. He lives in Manila, Philippines, and also in Cebu, and he can't wait to get back to Thailand.
You know, there's a lot of expats here with Filipino wives, girlfriends, partners, call them, and they absolutely love it. You know, and the Filipinos, because they have their community guys, makes it easier on the women. You know, so
but here's the benefit of having a Filipino girlfriend or wife here: the language barrier.
Yeah,
there isn't one.
No,
they speak English fluently
in the home.
And I often have to ask my wife how to spell a word. I'm 54; the brain ain't working as good as it used to, you know, with my spelling, because I got predictive text and all that. But I often have to ask my wife, you know, hey, how do you spell this? How do you spell that? And she's got it down packed. You know, so some of the most complicated words in the English dictionary, she knows how to pronounce them.
Bingo.
Extremely intelligent Filipino women.
Street cred. I just got here, jumped in from 6 years in Cebu. My first month's utility bill, $7,500. Bought. He's got his air on a lot.
He must never turn it off.
No.
I'm wondering, street cred, was your first utility bill 7,500 baht or 7,500 pesos in the Philippines? Let us know in the comments. Bit ambiguous there.
Homesteader, will I have to deal with stray dogs, roosters, and loud karaoke all hours of the day and night in Thailand? No, you won't.
No, you will not. That's what you're going to get if you go to the Philippines, homesteader. Okay, because where we live, we had dozens of stray dogs in our gated community. We're in a gated community. The security guards wouldn't even stop them.
No.
They were rummaging through our garbage. Every time we came out to go out of the house, our garbage can was over on its side because the dogs were rummaging through the garbage can. You know, it was a pain in the neck.
Sure.
All the time, roosters going off. Drove me nuts. Horns honking. That is a big headache in the Philippines. Everybody is horn happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are hitting their horns left, right, and center.
Don't
How
see that
often
in
do you
Thailand.
hear
No, you
anybody
don't.
hitting their horn here?
You don't.
Very rarely. The only time they'll hit the horn here is to say somebody, hey, you're about to hit me, you know, and they'll hit the horn just a little short beat to give them a bit of a warning, because Thai people consider that rudeness.
True.
And an insult, so they don't hit the horn
No.
unless they absolutely have to. And it's generally as a nice way of, you know, saying, you know, I'm here beside you. Yeah.
Street cred. Me too, Roger. Larry Fournier. Hi, Brooke and Coop. Great to see you live again. Hey, Brooke, I just took the Bitcoin plunge via Coinbase. Well done, Larry.
Well done.
And buy and hold, and you'll be a happy man. Son Hyun. Hey, Brooke. Yes, I thought I need over $1 million like the USA says to retire, but not true for Thailand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to need a, you know, they say in America to retire, you need to have $1 million in a bank account to have a good retirement, a very good retirement. Over
I
here,
don't know how good that would be over there.
Over here, it's a lot less than $100,000 here. You don't need $100,000 to retire here.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, in
not.
savings.
Yeah.
You don't. It's just so cheap.
Helps if you have it, but
Yeah.
yeah.
If you got it, it's a bonus, but you don't need it.
You've
You
got
don't
your
need it.
investments and you got your pensions.
Yeah.
So, you know, you kind of need one or the other to be, you know, ample, let's
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
If you've got a $1,200 pension, you're going to be okay.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
New Wave. I watched RWFU. He is fun to watch.
Yeah.
What people need for decision making is detailed research provided on CTA channel.
And thank you for that,
Cooper's
New
Thai
Wave.
Adventure.
And he's a very good YouTuber here in Thailand. I do like him. Retired Working for You is what it stands for.
And CTA stands for Cooper's Thai Adventure.
Really?
Yeah. World Traveler 70. The new subway system being built in Manila has turned into a debacle because of corruption.
I've heard that.
There you go. That's your where your money goes. That's why their infrastructure is so far behind. And, you know, another reason, guys. Too bad. 808 Bear. Hello, everyone. Just asking for a friend. If you have served time at HMS, does that exclude her from a Thai retirement visa?
No, it doesn't.
What's
and
HMS?
His Majesty's Prison.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh.
So look, here's the thing with Thailand. Okay. I made a video about this a couple months ago. Can you retire in Thailand with a criminal record? And yes, you can. Okay. In the Philippines, no chance.
No.
For my Philippine retirement visa, I had 4 background checks done. 4. One in Kuwait, where I was, had to have a police report.
Yeah.
One from the England, yeah, because I was born in England, raised in the States. Okay. My dad was in the U.S. Air Force. I was born at Lakenheath Air Force Base, so American soil. Then I had to have one from America. And then on top of it, they did the Interpol background check. So 4 different checks before I can get my retirement visa. So they wanted to know if I even got a ticket for jaywalking.
Yeah.
That's how strict it is in the
I don't even
Philippines to get a
recall
retirement
asking
visa.
any of that here in Thailand.
No. Here's the thing. If you go and get a retirement visa at your embassy in your country through the Thai embassy or Thai consulate, you have to have a background check.
Oh, okay.
Okay. If you come here on a 30-day
tourist visa,
on a 30-day visa exempt, you can get your retirement visa here inside Thailand through an agent. No background checks. No background checks. No, you don't need to give them bank statements from your bank in your home country. You don't have to have a medical or any of that you would have to do if you did it through the embassy or consulate in your own country.
Yeah.
So yes, you can. But this is what I say to people. We've all made mistakes in our youth. I wasn't a saint. I have no problem putting this out there for you folks. When I was 15 years old, I went joyriding in my mom and dad's car. When they went to go visit my grandparents in Arizona, my mom and dad had 2 cars. Yeah. So I went joyriding in my mom's car. I got caught by the police. But the police officer, he checked the plates. He asked me, do I have a driver's license? I said, no, I'm only 15, you know. And he asked me for my ID. I gave him my ID. And he saw that it was the same name, same address. Said he knew it was my parents and I hadn't stolen the vehicle. I was just simply joyriding. And he said to me, he says, son, I'm going to go and get myself a cup of coffee. I'm going to be back in 30 minutes. I don't want to see you and I don't want to see this car and I don't want to know how you got it home. He said, we all made stupid mistakes when we're young. He says, I even did it when I was a teenager. And he let me off with just that, a warning.
You're lucky.
I was lucky. I could have gotten in trouble and had a criminal record. Okay, so we all make mistakes in our youth. Yeah. Nobody's perfect. Okay, I don't care if, you know, it's something simple like speeding and you didn't get caught for it, or you ran a red light and you didn't get caught for it, or something like that. We've all made mistakes. So what I said in that video is that Thailand is like a last chance saloon. If you had a problem in your life, you've seriously got past it, yeah, and it was a one-off mistake that you made, you can come to Thailand, you can get a retirement visa, but for Christ's sakes, don't screw up.
No.
Because if you do, you'll never be able to come here again. They will deport you and you will never come back.
Right.
So yes, you can come here, 808 Bear, if you have a criminal record. As long as you don't have any restrictions from your home country on your passport. Say, for example, you're a murderer, yeah, and you got restrictions on your passport that you can't travel, or maybe you're a pedophile or something like that. You got restrictions on your passport so you can't travel to Asian countries or something like that. As long as you don't have restrictions, you're not an axe murderer, and you're not a rapist, you're not a pedophile. Maybe you got in a bar fight, who knows, when you were 21, young, dumb, and stupid. You know, we all make mistakes. Nobody's perfect.
Well, I didn't make any. I'm Mr. Good
Oh,
Boy.
Mr. Good Boy there.
Yeah,
okay.
But
yeah, you can.
Luxurious Auras. I definitely will talk to Sean when the time comes. Yep.
Yeah, he's a very good man. He won't let you down.
Terry O'Hanlon, won't a lawyer do searches on properties for you?
Not all of them.
No.
Okay. You've got corruption here, just like you do in the Philippines. I'm going to tell you the truth, folks. You've got corruption in Thailand, just like you do in the Philippines. Do your due diligence. I've done mine, and that's why I recommend Sean. I've seen him firsthand at what he does. He's got a team of 4 lawyers.
Yeah, so there's lawyers involved that doing this.
That he's had a proven history for years, folks. That's important.
Yeah.
That is very important.
Rob Mar 40. Fun fact, Thailand's nominal GDP in 2022 was 495 billion, while the Philippines' nominal GDP was 404. So it 25% more on, but that's the key, the population. If you take the average GDP per capita, it's like not even half.
Yeah.
Rob Mar 40. Thailand's GDP growth rate was 2.59, while the DGP was 7.6. I don't actually trust those statistics.
I don't.
You know what I mean?
No, I don't. But thank you for doing the research, Bob. Appreciate
Alexander, it. I hear a lot about how much it would cost to live there on a monthly basis, but what about once your feet are on the ground? What's it going to cost just to get started up? So he's talking about startup costs.
Startup. For the first 3 months. Here's what we did, CD. And go back and watch the video. It's very informative. We gave our honest breakdown, 100% dollar for dollar, cent for cent of what we spent. And we found for the first 3 months we were here that we'd spent between 20 and 30% over our budget of what we wanted to spend on average. But after those 3 months, we found we were spending 30% under budget.
True.
We couldn't spend it all. And the initial startup costs that we did was like maybe renting a motorbike to get around, things like that. Going on Bolt taxis instead of Bolt buses
was startup costs,
visa expenses, going out and buying some comfortable things for your condo, like a rug in your living room, a better pillow because you don't like the pillows that came with the condo, a thinner blanket because the blanket was too thick. We found things like that, we went out and bought.
I'd say 5,000 to 10,000 US as a startup budget is ample.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're a cheap Charlie frugal guy, you know,
Like
how to
us.
shop,
Yeah.
like us,
Yeah.
like most people we meet here.
Mm.
You know, you're conscientious of your money, so come with that. You know, 10 is obviously better than 5, but 5 you can do it, and you'll have those things that you need to make life a little easier.
Yes.
You'll have enough for your visas. You'll be sitting in your condo thinking, hey, you know, I'm paid for the year. That's 3,000, maybe, whatever. Life's pretty good.
Yeah.
So, and then your monthly budget after that, you know, was whatever you figure on spending, 12 to 1,500, say. 808 Bear, Rob Mar 40. Thai government has said they're going down against the U.S. dollar. So the Thai baht is, it's hanging
It is,
in
because the
there.
dollar is very strong right
The dollar is
now.
very strong, but I think the dollar will get weak eventually.
When they start lowering interest rates.
Well, yeah, and maybe before that, but then, hey, it's still probably more in demand than a lot of the other. It's maybe the lesser of all the evils out there, meaning these fiat money printers, you know.
Yeah.
Tommy Lee, hey guys, why get a retirement visa and be sedentary? Travel every 90 days, stay 30 days in another country, and return to Thailand and repeat. Wouldn't that be an option? If you're a world traveler and single,
cheaper,
maybe.
no, it wouldn't be an option, because here's the problem, Tommy. You can only stay in Thailand
6
on
months?
a tourist visa, for a maximum of 180 days. And here's how it works. You come in, you get 30-day stamp.
Yeah.
You can extend that for a further 30 days for 1,900 baht at any immigration in Thailand for a total of 60 days. Then you have to do what we call a visa run.
Visa run.
So you got to go to Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, whatever. Go across the border, come back in, you'll get an additional 30 days. And then you can extend that for a further 30 days in Thailand. You can do that 3 times.
Yeah.
And what are you going to do? Spend another 6 months in a different country? Because that's the maximum you can do in Thailand. That's why a lot of people do the education visa or the retirement visa. One of the two.
If you're under 50, education visa is the way to go.
Yes.
Yeah. Because you can get a year on that.
Yeah.
And it can be renewed.
Exactly.
Yeah. 808 Bear, Tommy Lee, people should get a Cambodian retirement visa and then travel into all countries. All Cambodia visas are e-visas. Well, that's interesting to know.
Yeah.
Roger Walker, street cred. Expired passport bro, retirement visa is cheaper long term rather than having to fly out every 60 days, paying for flights, hotels. And it was a pain in the ass.
It was.
We went to Laos, pain in the ass.
I didn't like it.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't want to do that again.
No, street cred, bud. Mike Baker, as a Canadian, I'm watching the Oilers and Canucks game in Jumpkin and listening to Cooper's live stream. The best of both worlds here. Correct.
Thank you, Mikey.
Mikey found a free website. You can watch all the NHL. So I put the site in. Does it have NFL? Yes. So I'll be looking forward to that. Mike Baker, Oilers up by 1. I think that's Mikey's team. Terry O'Hanlon, if the property you're buying has loans against it, it would be written on the Chinote usually. Well,
now here's the thing. You use that word, usually. There is a way around everything here in Thailand. If you know the right person, you pay them a backhander, anything can be done in Thailand. Yeah. Okay. Bear that in mind. Usually is a very broad word. Okay. If you know the right person, you can get that omitted from the Chinote.
No boy.
So be careful. That's what I'm saying.
Street cred, no beeping and no bent mirrors so far for me now.
Wow.
Yeah, he says on a scooter.
Yeah, there you go.
No bent mirrors. Willie Gilligan, question. The condos you live in, are they high enough up that you can open your windows without mosquitoes?
Yes.
I'm on the 6th floor, no problem.
I'm on the 7th floor,
no
absolutely no problem. I keep the balcony window open. There you go. I'll just pan around. You can see there's our balcony there. Doors open. And get nice sea breeze there. Absolutely no problem whatsoever. The mosquitoes here, they're only tiny. They're like microscopic. They're so tiny. They're like half a grain of rice in size. So they can't fly very high. I'd say 3rd, 4th floor.
I was on the 1st floor, Willie, on that first year condo. I'm in the same complex on a 2-bedroom now for the 2nd year. And they were bothersome.
Yes.
Newsome.
Lots of mosquitoes on the ground floor.
Yeah, but 6th floor, I'm on, 7th, you're on, no trouble.
No problem. Nope. Yeah, no problem whatsoever with mosquitoes in here.
Street cred. See you all. I'll watch from rewind later.
Okay, thank you for that street cred.
Yeah, we're getting wound down here. World Traveler 70, I went to Chonghua Hospital in Cebu City, very expensive. Also, St. Luke's Hospital in BGC, more expensive. Thankfully, I'm reimbursed through TRICARE. Thailand's less expensive healthcare cost.
And that's why a lot of expats want to come here.
Yeah.
Because it's state-of-the-art healthcare and a lot cheaper.
Yep. Market Focus, what's the best way to get in contact with Sean? Email you, or is the info in the description of your videos together?
We always put the info in the description, and we also put his card. Darlene also inserts his card in the video with his contact details. There is a QR code there that you can scan and get straight in touch with Sean that way on our videos that we make with him. Or you can email me, Market Focus. I don't mind. You can email me. I'll be more than happy to try and answer some of your questions. If I can't answer it, I'll pass it on to Sean. Not a problem.
J-Easy, tourist visa 60 days with option to extend additional 30.
Yes, you can get a tourist visa through, you're right, J-Easy. You can go to your Thai consulate or Thai embassy, and you can get a 60-day tourist visa and then get a 30-day extension. You can also get a 6-month multiple entry tourist visa. Okay. But every 2 months, you got to leave the country, do a border run, and then come back in, but you don't have to renew it in country for a total of up to 6 months. So there is options there to do it.
Michael Hall, sadly, Philippines still suffers from the corrupt economy created under Marcos. It's just better hidden.
Yeah, I found it out in the open.
Yeah,
that wasn't hidden at all.
Expired passport, bro. Brooke, your thoughts on Laos? I have many thoughts on Laos, but let me put it bluntly. Anything to declare when I got back to the border? Yeah, don't go to Laos. I won't be back either. Tommy Lee, hey Cooper, in one of your videos you said you have a sea view.
Yes, I do.
Partial sea view.
And if I look out on my balcony to the left, I can see the ocean
on a clear day.
Yeah, on a clear day.
Luxurious auras. Do the mosquitoes carry disease? I don't think they do.
You do have dengue, but it tends to be over in the swamplands. Not over here.
I haven't heard any cases here. Tommy Lee, you guys are great. T-minus 38.
Not long
Tommy
now.
The Tominator. We'll see when he gets here. J-Easy. Loving the community and the great info to help so many. True.
And you're very welcome. And the last one goes to?
J-Easy. A luxurious Google dengue fever.
Yeah, they do have dengue fever over here, but it tends to be out in the swamplands or out in the farm fields, which we don't have here.
No.
So very, very rarely do you have anybody here that has dengue fever, even though you can go to the hospital and you can get a vaccination against dengue fever here in Thailand. They do have that. But then it's got side effects, and it's something you need to do your own research into. So that's it. We're out of questions and out of time. We're at 2 hours and 32 minutes. There's your Bitcoin price.
61,792
on the channel. So thank you all for coming over and watching us. Thank you all for your support. Please give us a thumbs up if you haven't already. Really, really appreciate it. And we're just going to say our goodbyes here. Luxurious Earth, awesome. You people help a lot of people. I might meet all of you in the future. It'd be absolutely fantastic. We love meeting our subscribers. And Tommy Lee says, have a great day, guys. Stay safe and healthy. You too, brother. World Traveler says, great show. New subscriber. Thank you, World Traveler. Really appreciate it. Alpha Romeo, thanks, gents. Very welcome.
Romeo.
Jay-Z, tip, get the pink mosquito repellent at 7-Eleven. Works great. Absolutely true. It's a little coil. You light it. It's like an incense. Put it on the balcony. The mosquitoes hate it. Lost Boy, thank you, friends. And you're very welcome. Mark O, great chat. Thank you, Mark. And the final one goes to Jay-Z. Thank you, gentlemen. So thank you all so much. God bless you all.
2 hours
and whatever
minutes.
You do,
wow.
Stay tuned.
Am I getting paid overtime for this or what?